Glitch the guarantee. E&E. With your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim you dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like Rain's mixtape. I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Hurting self-esteem, low insecurities. Now or never, like Glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on a track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. Add first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more than measure. Shave the extras, that's business starter fee. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was him, if they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over when my time stops.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we begging pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they need harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back, this must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. There ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the BBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? Y'all already know it's the better about time, Virgil, aka Stacks with the Facts, man. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like button, sharing the social engineer and all of that. How everybody doing tonight, man? Welcome to tonight's show. It's going to be a beautiful situation. What's good? Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, click on the bell, share your social engineering, please. You hear me? How y'all doing tonight, though, man? What's good? What's going on? What it do? What they do? I hope everybody ready for this discussion tonight because, you know, I know this is a very hot topic, but y'all know over here at A Real Talk, you know, we're going to dissect this from ways that the mainstream media just ain't. You hear me? So y'all know we about to get into it. What's good with everybody, though, man? How y'all doing tonight, man? Y'all know how we do it every night, 8 o'clock, Sunday through Sunday. How we going in over here, right? How y'all like last night's show, man? You know what I'm talking about? I hope y'all have a better over extra standing of the Woman King, you know, the actual movie and the actual history of it. And not only that, but the psyop that the movie is, the psychological operation that the movie actually is. Also, the movie American Refugee, which I strongly suggest that y'all go see versus going to see and watch the Woman King. Right. The Woman King was horrible. It was a terrible movie. I don't care what anybody say about it. Yeah, if you thought it was the best movie of the year, that's your opinion. You entitled to it, right? Me, nope, sucked, horrible, terrible, Rotten Tomatoes type shit. You know, it may possibly potentially be the movie that ends certain actresses' careers. Uncle Diggity in the building. What's good, brethren? What they do, man? Y'all make sure y'all meet and greet each other as y'all come up and fall up in the demonstration, man. Then I thought my nigga Red was gonna be going there, but I guess I don't know. He must have got caught up in, you know, taking care of some business or something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1, man. You feel me? It's my brother for real, man. You know what I'm talking about? Brothers from another mother, from another coast and situation in the country, man. But real ones connect and link up like a bike chain. You know what I'm talking about? Uncle Diggity is one of my other brothers right here, my brother Uncle Diggity. You hear me? It's only right and it's bound to happen for real ones to link up, man. This is why they try to do everything they doing on the internet, because they don't want niggas like me and Uncle Diggity linking up in real life, man. Cupcake in the building. What's good, baby? They don't want us linking up, Uncle Diggity, man. You hear me? They don't want real they don't want real guys like me and you. They don't want real ones like me and you and my brother Red, man. They don't want us linking up with each other, man, in real life. They don't want that, man. You hear me? You got to know that Khaled know who he talking about when he say that what they don't want. And it ain't just no damn haters either. You can let that nigga explain that shit to you like that if you want to. Anyway, y'all hit the like button, man. Smash that like button. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineer. Look, meet and greet each other as y'all come up in the building. Y'all see how Cupcake do. Y'all see how Uncle Diggity do come up in the building. Peace, manners, blessings, and respect to everybody, man. Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1, man. You hear me? Real ones linking up, man. Real ones popping. Real ones getting shit going and moving and clicking and controlling and all of that. You did. You hear me, Uncle Diggity, man? Right? Matter of fact, I'm about to play something for y'all real quick, man. I just felt the urge to play this. Let me see if I can find this clip. Let me just see if I can find this real quick, y'all. Pretty sure they got a clip of this scene. Oh, of course they do. Right? Of course they do, right? Yeah. Tap in and walk with me. I'm about to show y'all this real quick, right?
The Matrix was first man. There was a man born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted.
I'm gonna start that over, y'all. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
First, there was a man born. The Matrix was first. There was a man born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted, to remake the Matrix as he saw fit. It was he who freed the first of us, taught us the truth. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. After he died, the Oracle prophesied his return, that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, end the war, bring freedom to our people. That is why there are those of us who have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him. I did what I did because I believe that search is over. Some rest. You're going to need it.
For what?
Your training.
Movie is so raw, man. It's like the illest movie ever made in our lifetime, man. We got my brother King L's in the building. I'm about to drop the link for my brother Yee. You know what I'm talking about? I played that clip specifically because what my brother Uncle Diggity just said. You hear me? Right? We make the rules. It doesn't matter, right? And y'all heard what Morpheus just told Neo. When the Matrix was first created, there was a man born inside who could make the Matrix do as he saw fit. What do y'all hear me telling y'all all the time? Concerning the unintelligent artificial intelligence. All right. We can change the algorithm. Keyword I said is we, right? We can change the algorithm and we can make the Matrix do as we see fit, right? Kind of like what we're doing right now, a little bit. Actually, not at all. The Matrix is doing, making it do what it sees fit. We can change that up anytime we want to, right? So, we about to get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother King L said he need about another 15 minutes, so he's going to come up here shortly. But we about to get into it, man. Now, everybody in the chat, everybody watching from the clouds, look, y'all come on from out of them clouds, hit that like button, you know what I'm talking about, and get up in this conversation, man. Your opinion is wanted. Your opinion is needed. Your opinion will be valued and respected, right? All perspectives are welcome on A Real Talk Podcast. My brother King L said 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, no doubt, 5 to 10 minutes. Right. All opinions are welcome. All perspectives are welcome. Right? We are a fair and open platform. Right? You're welcome. You're all welcome. You know what I'm talking about, man? Y'all remember that scene right there? Huh? Y'all remember that scene? What movie y'all remember that scene from? You hear me? You're welcome. You're all welcome. Oh my God, man. That boy Christopher Walken should have got an Oscar for that goddamn role, man. You hear me, man? Oh, but Larry Fishburne played in that movie. Right?
We get friends. Nah, I want to play with Ollie. I got your message, Ollie.
You stupid son of a bitch.
You running the games yet? I want to play.
Sure, fine, play. We get friends.
Nah, I want to play with Ollie.
Now let's go live.
Jump deals. Blackjack, house out.
Got some balls coming in.
Hey, we gotta give it to Larry Fishburne. He's a good ass actor. He's played in some classic movies, man. You hear me? We gotta keep that real about Larry Fishburne, man. That nigga done played in some classic movies, man. You feel me? How many people get their first role ever in a movie, starring in a movie like Cornbread Earl and Me, and next thing you know, he's in Apocalypse Now with Marlon Brando. A lot of other people, right? Right. Let's finish watching. Fair use.
Okay. From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in. You guys got fat while everybody stopped on the street. It's my turn. You think you're gonna live long enough to spend that money, you fucking hump? If any of you are tired of getting ripped off by guys like that, you come with me. I'm at the Plaza Hotel. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Enjoy.
Enjoy, motherfucker. You're all welcome. Huh? You're all welcome. That's my absolute favorite scene in that whole movie. You got fat while we all starved. Hey, it's our turn, man. You hear me? You did. Everybody hit that like button, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hit that like button, subscribe to the page and all of that, man. Y'all got fat while we all starved. It's our turn, man. You hear me, Uncle Diggity, man? It's our turn, bruh. It's our turn, man. It's real one's turn, man. Huh? Y'all hear me out there? Where my real ones at, man? It's real one's turn, man. I'm dead ass serious, though, man. I'm not joking, man. I'm for real, man. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. You know what I'm talking about? Chaos Reign in the building, everybody. What's good? Y'all go subscribe to my brother Chaos Reign right now, man. Chaos Reign. I know I've been saying this stuff, man, and you know, we need to put something together, man. No BS. You pick the topic. You come on anytime you want to, brother. You just get in contact with me. Let me know. You did. Shout out to Cupcake in the building. Y'all see that, man. Like, share, subscribe, support, all of that. You hear me? It's our turn, man. You hear me? Let me come up. It's our turn, man. What time is it, Chaos Reign? I think I probably might need to resubscribe to your joint because I ain't been getting no notifications, man. Y'all know how YouTube do, man.
Some C4.
Yeah, definitely hit that like button, man. Go subscribe to my brother Chaos Reign page right now, man. It's all type of crazy shit that come out when you type Chaos Reign in, man. All type of crazy shit come in when you type this guy name in, man. Yeah, man, it's our turn, y'all, man. It's our turn, man. That's funny. That's weird. Well, here we go right here. I don't wonder why I ain't been getting the notifications. Maybe I'll start getting them now. But yeah, man, we got my brother Chaos Rain in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Going in. Not just thought. Just thought. Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. My brother Chaos Rain about to go in. But yeah, man, we gonna get into this conversation tonight, man. Y'all see the title of the show, you know, and I'm not really a sports guy, you know, as far as the NFL and the NBA go, man. But you know, this conversation right here is one that needs to be had, and it needs to be broken down. And it's I'm not gonna say it's proper context, because that would be putting the image or the perception out that I, you know, think that, you know, my perception is the proper perception. You know, I'm not gonna say it is, it's not. I'm just gonna say it's mine, right? Yeah, we got my brother King L about to come up right now. Right now, you need me to drop the link again, or you good? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna open up the phone line tonight, y'all, man. You hear me? We're gonna drop that line, see if we can get some of them people from the clouds to come in and tap in and walk with us, man. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? Just sitting there just a while. You hear me? Ain't goddamn it hitting the like button or nothing like that. You hear me? It's all good though. We still love y'all. We still love y'all, man. You hear me? Nah, but tonight, this subject right here is crazy to me, man. Right? And you know, so I don't normally cover stuff like this, but right, as anything we ever talk about, of course, it coincides, correlates. I said correlates and connects into anything you would ever hear me talking about. But we're gonna keep it surface level tonight, because this is something that's you know what I'm saying, very controversial for many reasons. We're gonna have a conversation because it's playing in to a lot of things that we are seeing being displayed on YouTube right now with this how can we call it, fake ass gender war. Right? Gender war. That shit sound crazy, man. Right? Gender war. You know what I'm talking about? So we about to have my brother Els come up, man. You know, we're gonna get right to it, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up one time for your mind. Yiddy. Everybody hit that like button one time, man. Y'all meet and greet each other as y'all come up in the goddamn demonstration, man. You hear me? As y'all come up in the demonstration. You know what I'm talking about? Come up in the demonstration. Right? So we got this guy, Ime Udoka. That's his name. Yes, Ime Udoka. Right? I want to wait till Els come up so I can play this clip for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we might as well go ahead and do this demo while we wait for El to come out. You know what I'm saying? This Ime Udoka dude, right? I'm looking at him now. I mean, I can see how he kind of like a Somalian nigga or African nigga a little bit, I guess. He really don't though, right? But this dude, Ime Udoka. This guy's name is Ime Sunday Udoka. And hold on, let me pull it up for y'all. My bad, y'all. I apologize about that, y'all. My bad. You know what I'm saying? The Googler is good for something. It's good for emphasis. You feel me? It can help you drive your point home. You feel me? But over, enter, out of extra stand that you have to have the eyes here. Right? Shout out to Larry Gators, man. You gotta have the eyes here to be able to navigate and dissect out of the Googler what is actual, factual, and what is memory hole status. You did. Tap that like button, y'all. You hear me? Ime Sunday Udoka is a Nigerian-American professional basketball coach and former player who is the head coach of the Boston Celtics of the National Basketball Association, currently suspended by the team for the 2022-2023 season. He represented the Nigeria national team during his playing career. So hold on. So my basketball heads, right? Okay, my basketball heads out there, right? All my basketball heads out there, which is a lot of you old biscuit head ass niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Did I read this correctly? You hear me? Did I read this correctly? He represents, so he played for a Nigerian national basketball team. That was his professional basketball career. He did not play in the NBA. Let's see what his sister looking like. Okay, then. Oh, his sister is in the NBA too. She done sat up here and played for hella teams. So Mufon Udoka. Wow. See what I'm saying when y'all start looking into these people with, yo. He starts seeing these pictures, man. Who the fuck is this? Oh. Oh, man. Hey, man. Oh, man. He did. What team he played for, man? Who he played for, L? And Uncle Diggity? Right? I'm about to show. Hey, I'm weak as hell, man. I'm about to show you. Oh, y'all see it? No, y'all don't see what I see. I'm about to show it to y'all. Oh, shit. I don't know who this broad is, man. Okay, we got the Tigres' captain, Mufon Udoka, the FIBA, the Africa Zone 3, concern, NBA, and Amadou, President, Dan Grant, former captain, former WNA star, Matabine Amakri. That's this chick right here. Y'all know who this chick on the end is? Her name is Matabini Amatri or Amakri or Amakre, right? Hey, man. That nigga play for brother play for oh shit, I gotta get my computer screen fixed, man. Portland. Hey, the reason why I'm laughing and I'm weak like this, y'all, cause look at this chick right here on the end, man. Look at this chick on the end, man. What's her name? Matabini, Akfri. Her right here, shout out to the homie Simple, man. She handsome as hell. That square ass jawline, man. Oh, I'm over here weak as hell, man. That square ass jawline, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? This chick right here, man, she used to play for somebody in the NBA, man. Hey, man, mute that shit, man. Hell, you gotta mute that. You gotta mute you too, bro. Did you mute YouTube? Huh?
Oh shit. Virgil as hell for that one.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I could hear you. I heard you say she was handsome as hell.
She handsome as hell. Bro, turn that off in the background, L, man. You gotta mute your YouTube, man.
I don't know. I just ain't exiting it out. We good?
Yeah, I don't hear no echoing now.
Yeah, we good. We good. What's good with you, brother? How you doing there, man?
You already know I'm beautiful, man. How about yourself, man?
I woke up today, bro, so I feel blessed, man.
It's truly beautiful, man. Look at
he said she handsome.
I pulled this picture up, man. I just instantly looked to the right. I said, damn. I thought that was a nigga at first, man. That's a bra, man. That square ass jawline, that motherfucker sharp as hell. Ah! Oh, yeah, I'm just clouded, man. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I didn't. Hey, I ain't really knew too much about this email UDOKA dude, man. I didn't really feel the need to go into his background because he's not the topic of discussion. The behavior he displayed is, so I don't feel no need to look into who he is or who he connected to. But as I see,
I think maybe you should though, actually, because I see,
like I said, because his sister is involved in this thing. So you know what I mean? Like, it's something going on over there in Nigeria, man. Because this picture right here, right?
Yeah,
did y'all pay attention to what I was reading? We're talking about high class people here. We got his sister, right? Mufana UDOKA. We got FIBA Direct Africa Zone 3 president. This guy right here, he's rich. You hear me? We got Colonel Sam Amadou, the NBA vice president, Africa. Amadou Galfal, the president of the Dan Nigurum Foundation. All right. Dan Nigurum, who is also the chairman of Dodon Warriors, the Tigers' former captain. Damn, these are some people. They ain't just anybody now. All right.
No, he definitely connected.
It don't matter who see that jawline square as hell though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure if I looked into it, I'm gonna find something, man, because there's like some pretty esteemed people right there, bro. He said, bro played 5 teams in 7 seasons. Portland was one of them. All right, so he had a pretty decent career, huh?
No, he was good. He was good. Yeah, he was definitely good.
Right. He probably had a pretty decent career, man. So, L, we got my brother King L's in the building. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the page, all of that, man. Hit your social engineering and all of that, man. Right. Now, we're going to get to this, right? But first, I want to play this clip. You feel me? Fair use, right? We're going to play this clip, y'all. Right?
You playing the one I sent over?
No. There's a different one, right? And
before we get into the discussion, I definitely want to go over the one that I sent that had the Stephen A, where he had to kind of check her on the situation, because that's...
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Stop. Hold on. I'm gonna put him. Did I put it in my? Let me see if I put it in my messenger. I still got it in my. What's the name? Because you sent that to me in a text, right?
Yeah. I can put it in if you need.
No, hold on, man. Put it in the chat.
All right.
Just put the URL in the chat, and I'll go over here to YouTube and goddamn it, click on it real quick. Yeah, this is the clip from the very show from First Take, man, right? That you feel me, went viral, y'all. It was told about. And this is where everything stemmed from regarding this situation right here with this bro, what we talking about tonight. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share your social engineering, man. You know what I'm saying? This situation is crazy for many reasons, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't really rock with Stephen A. Smith. He's a rat bastard, if you ask me. You hear me? He's a boot licking, shucking and jiving she and Fufu and Kiki and ass dude, if you ask me. You hear me? L, is your computer froze up or something?
No, I'm trying to find it, bro. It looked like they
Don't worry about it. I got it, bro.
Look like they took a link down that I sent over to you.
It's right here. I'm about to play it. It's right here. I'm about to play it.
Okay, I'm about to say I got another one too. Okay.
Fair use, fair use. Where's that? Hold on real quick.
Is it not working?
No, hold on. I'm about to see something right now.
And there's no NDA.
I wonder why it's doing that. Okay, I see why it's doing that. I'm tripping. I'm putting on the wrong thing. This is the one I need to be sticking on right here. I'm bugging. Here we go. Fair use. Uh-oh. What's that all about? Oh, really? What's that I hear in the background, Il?
Damn, you hear that?
Yeah.
That shit was low as hell. Now I'm trying to find another one. I got one clip.
I'm clicking on this video and it's saying that it's been taken down.
Yeah, I'm about to put one in the chat right now, and then I'm about to put the other one because
it says it says the video has been removed for violating YouTube terms of service. That's what it says when I click on that link.
No, I got another one too. Hold up. I'm about to send it to you right now. Hold up. I'm gonna put both of them. All right, so the first one here, we're gonna start from the beginning because we want to kind of show the whole timeline on what happened. So where's yours at? Where's our chat at? Here we are.
Hit that like button, y'all, man.
Hit the like button. First off, since I'm just getting in, I also got to say what's up to everybody. Uncle Diggity in the building, Chaos Rain, Cupcake in the building. You already know what it is. What up? Peace, love, and blessings. Hope everybody had a great day.
We're going to be dropping that phone line in a minute, man.
Man. We're going to be getting it going.
We're going to be dropping that phone line here in a minute, man.
So, you know they...
dropping that phone line here in a second, man. We'll be dropping that phone line here shortly, man.
So, do the first one, then do the second one. So it's in order. The first one is when her and Stephen A got into it. And then the second one is when she kicked KENDRICK Perkins off the show the same day. And this is going to kind of basically bounce off of our conversation for today. This is going to basically get it started, get the fire rolling. So you can play the first one. That'll have her back and forth with Stephen A.
They gave
him parameters
of what it would take to reinstate.
They gave no parameters of what it would take for reinstatement. They didn't specify what punishment they gave him beyond suspending him for the year. Is he getting his salary for this upcoming season? Has it been cut in half? I told him he's only getting about 50% of it. Has that been cut in half?
Characterized as a significant financial penalty.
So you've got that going on, and I'm going to say this again. It said in the numerous news reports, it was a consensual relationship that violated organizational policy. So only he is in violation of the company policy. The woman who elected to have a consensual relationship with him is not mentioned and put on Front Street. We don't know who she is. What about the other women within the Celtics organization who have been victimized because wrong assumptions have been made by their involvement? If you knew exactly who it was, that would alleviate the concerns of all the other women who have had their names paraded out into the streets. What about them? You ain't thinking about that. So here we are. We're throwing him out to pasture. And again, Ime Udoka cannot be defended. His actions are his actions. Nobody fights for black coaches more than me. But I am telling you, a firing would have been warranted. Or you keep him. But to keep him, yet suspend him. By the way, not just suspend him, but the suspension to be indefinite.
It's almost worse, like a lame duck back.
You ruined his career for the next few years. He did it. He did exactly. But
NBA reporter and host of NBA Today, our friend Malika Andrews. Malika, do you have us?
Hold on. Stop it real quick, Virg.
Hold on. Who is this broad, though?
Hold on. Stop it real quick.
Who is this chick right
Molly Querim, that's Jalen Rose's
here?
Ex-wife. So to kind of give people a good idea of what's going on.
Bad.
Yeah, so let's back up.
Salute to Lance Parker, man.
Lance Parker, what up, brother? So to kind of back it up and give you all good context of what's going on here, basically what happened, Ime Udoka, he dates Nia Long. They've been engaged for about 8 years now. They have a kid together. She travels with him. She's been with him. She's been with him strong. They've been together for a while. Basically, what just came about last Thursday is they found out he was messing with another woman or possibly a couple in the organization, which violates company or organization policy that you can't mess with people basically in the organization. And that was actually confirmed by some players that said that they got in trouble for messing with cheerleaders when they first came into the NBA. So it is something that is very, very, they don't like that in the NBA, but they have never suspended a player or a coach for it or anybody for it. They might just fire people for it. There's a interview that just came out, I want to say either today or yesterday, with Nick Young and DJ Vlad, where he even said when he came in as a rookie, he got caught messing with a cheerleader and they fired the cheerleader. But that was it. So remember what I said. So this is now. Nick Young, that was about 13, 14 years ago when he was a rookie, and that happened to him. Now, what Stephen A is saying basically is this. He understands, all right, Udoka did violate policy. That's clear. He definitely was pouncing, and it's crazy because it's the woman that actually makes travel plans and everything. So she was making travel plans, helped them move to Boston, helped Nia Long move to Boston, and she was out there smoking
Dirty
guts.
ass, bro, man.
Yeah, smoking guts out here with the coach. So basically what's happening, and this is where the firestorm comes about, is that of course it comes and it leaks out that he was messing with the lady and all this, which they say always has happened, and it does happen within organizations that never been publicized. So that's one thing that we have to think about. Why is this publicized? It's a big question we got to ask. Another thing is, they put Nia Long on Front Street. Is it because he has a celebrity girlfriend, wife, fiance? The reason why they put him on blast like this, because they've never publicized anybody else's relationship when they had these type of issues in organizations. That's another question we got to ask. Another thing that we also have to think of before we dive in, because as you can see, he was basically explaining, hey, he was wrong, she was wrong. He got suspended indefinitely for a year. And all he said was he felt like if it's two parties and the report came out that it was consensual and they both work for the organization, if he gets suspended, then she should get suspended also.
Most definitely. It's only right.
So the organization even came back, Brad Stevens, which is the GM of the team, and basically got mad because Boston fucked up. They leaked the story saying that he had a consensual relationship with one of the employees, They didn't name the employee. So, of course, what does the internet do? They go out there and they start just looking at all the women in the organization. All the speculation comes. And now women are like, oh, now we don't feel protected because, and then they blame everybody except for the organization that leaked the information without giving a connection to the information. So Boston dropped the ball on that, and they haven't taken responsibility. Nobody's taking responsibility. But then you also have to realize what is happening, what's about to happen, is Stephen A. You see, she called into the show. They all work on the same network. Malika Andrews is a fairly new figure on ESPN. If you are familiar with ESPN, it was an issue around the time of the pandemic where her and Rachel Nichols, which was a white lady, who was the headline NBA, headline woman in the NBA, and she basically said, you know, due to the pandemic and all the riots, ESPN came up to her and said, hey, we're going to have her kind of take over some of your NBA segments. And she's like, hold up. Like, nah, I've worked hard, very hard to get to this spot in my life.
27.
And basically they was taking her spot away from her and giving it to Malika Andrews because, for one, Malika is very easy on the eyes, as we all know.
She's a nice looking girl. I got to give her that.
And Rachel basically called it like, right now with the whole, you know, Black Lives Matter movement going on, you know, of course, ESPN is more ample to take me off because NBA is mostly a black sport, as you would say. You know, you don't want to categorize it, but it's mostly watched by black people, that they're taking me off of this and putting her on because of what's going on, because it's not my work ethic. I haven't done anything wrong. And she basically got canceled for it. Just because she said, which was basically a true statement, because she would have never got taken off if it wouldn't have been for all the riots that was going on during that time.
You talking about Rachel Nichols?
Yeah, Rachel Nichols. Because she was great. I like Rachel Nichols. She always had rapport, so it wasn't no reason for them to take her off. I understand that they wanted to split it, but you have to know the context that Malika Andrews now she took over that, and now she's like the headline woman. Her and Molly Quinn right there on the screen are like two of the biggest women on ESPN now. And they got rid of the other Jamel Hill, which was the outspoken black woman. I think, I'm not even sure, she might like dudes, but basically Jamel Hill was like one of the day ones at ESPN. She was just too vocal during the Trump time, and they got her up off of the show too. But basically Malika Andrews, she's definitely a feminist, plays that feminist role, and let's hear what she has to say. So I gave you the backdrop, I caught you up. Now let's hear what she has to say, because remember, Stephen A. just basically broke down the situation. He was cheating, he got caught, there was consensual between another woman in the organization. He got suspended and fined for basically half of his pay. And the lady just, for one, we don't even know who it is. They basically shamed this man. They've been clowning this man, put him in his name, drug him in the internet. This lady basically has had no ridicule. She has no acceptance for responsibility, and she's not even said to get suspended, fired, or anything.
Right.
So now Stephen A. basically just said exactly what happened and asked the question that most people would ask: is she going to get suspended too because it was consensual? And now we could play it and see where she comes in, because she must have been sitting there watching the segment and she calls in. So let's let her play and see what she says. And then I'll come back and tell you the next thing.
I've got you, Molly. Thank you for having me.
What's her name again?
Malika Andrews. And see,
no, this girl on the screen with Stephen A. Smith.
That's Molly Quinn. She used to be married to Jalen Rose. Now you see how she comes in and she says,
Molly
"What's up to Molly?"
Molly who?
Molly Quinn.
Can you hear me, El? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's like a delay or something, man.
I don't know. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Who is this chick right here, though?
I said Molly Quinn.
Who is she, though?
She's like the First Take. You know, they always have a host that kind of like just is like the mediator on First Take.
She bad as hell.
Yeah. She ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
thank you for being with us. And obviously, you had the statement from UDOKA that
But
was
see
given
how
to
she
you.
came on.
What's your
All
reaction
right,
now
rewind
after
it just
hearing
a
the
little
press
bit.
conference?
Rewind it right before she came on.
Well, Molly, thank you.
Just a little bit, because you see how she comes in hot. She doesn't address Stephen A.
I got
This
you,
is
Molly.
Stephen
Thank you.
A's show.
You ruined his career
Okay.
for the next few years. He did it.
I
He
think
did
we
exactly.
have
But
NBA
There we
reporter and host of NBA Today, our friend Malika Andrews. Malika, do you have us?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I've
thank you
got
for
you,
being
Molly.
with
Thank
us.
you
And
for having
obviously,
me.
you had the
Thank you for
statement
being
from
with us.
UDOKA
And
that was
obviously,
given
you
to
had the
you.
statement
What's
from
your
UDOKA that
reaction
was
now
given to
after
you.
hearing the press
What's your
conference?
reaction now after hearing the press conference? Well, Molly, thank you.
Molly,
if I could first start with Stephen A. With all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop.
Let's stop it right there. Right? You hear me?
You see what I'm saying? She came in
So,
hot.
you said, she used to fuck with the homie Jalen Rose, huh?
That's what I was saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, man, her whole entrance just was horrible off top. You feel me?
Hold up, Lance, you're getting too ahead. We're not that far yet. Hold up, Lance. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna bring that up too, because that's a whole different.
What he say? Hold on. What he say? He said dragging Ime in the media, but Brett Favre is being ignored. Oh, okay, yeah.
You heard about the Brett Favre situation?
Yeah, I'm into that shit. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all Stephen A. With all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What?
I gotta stop that again, man.
She can't. Remember, she is coming in to his show.
That's what I was just about to say, L. Like, oh, the fuck on.
This is his show. She has her own show.
So you coming on this man's show, right?
Didn't even say what's up to him.
Wow, man. Like the disrespect, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
The nerve of this broad, man.
Yeah.
The nerve of this broad, man.
Well, hold on.
You hear me?
I don't rock with Stephen A. like that, but I love the way he handled this. So
y'all like the way he handled this too, because I don't fuck with Steve. Look at here. Let me hold on. Let me just get this straight. Stephen A. Smith is a bitch ass nigga, if you ask me, man. He's a bootlicking he's a bootlicking broken bitch. You hear me? That's what Stephen A. Smith is to me. But he definitely got this girl together, and he definitely was well within his rights putting her in her place like how he did. Let's go.
What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here. It's frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics about what exactly the rule breaking was that led us to this point. To that, I just want to get that out of the way first. But to answer your question, Molly, I think what stood out to me, I think what stood out to me is that Brad Stevens, that's what stood out to me about what he termed rampant Twitter, BS is the word that he used, that women were unfairly dragged into this organization. You can see that Brad Stevens was visibly upset about this, and I also found that
it's double playing.
Unnecessary that folks were bringing in the names and the image.
How?
Nah, it sounded better right after you clicked off of something, but it was double playing.
I didn't click on anything.
It was playing it twice. Or it was echo.
All right, we're good.
Of women, just not a fact. It was purely speculation. And so to me, that is what stood out. But the Celtics as an organization could have done more. And short of doing more ahead of this yesterday, they could have owned that responsibility in the press conference. I understand that there were parameters that they had to operate within for everybody involved. And I appreciate the fact that they brought in outside counsel and did a thorough organization, and I think that is something that was clearly necessary.
That's cool.
No, that's your shit, bro.
Bro, I ain't even got no mic. I'm not playing it.
So if you getting a feedback, that's on your end. That's not on my end because we don't hear no feedback or echo over here.
Look at Uncle Diggity.
Yeah, I don't have no other windows open.
It was at the end. It was cool. So whatever you might have clicked on, whatever you click on that second time, it worked.
I don't even have no other videos or anything open, so I don't know. That must be a StreamYard thing because I don't have no other windows open.
In this situation, but the fact that it was able to go on all day, the fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves. The fact of the matter is, I said if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning. Just like you're not mentioning. Excuse me. I listen to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening. Okay, that's number one. Number two. I've already said he deserves to be fired. He deserves what to be there and handle it internally and privately. If you're not going to handle it in that fashion, then obviously it provokes everybody wanting to know, okay, well, who are the parties involved? When you have Amina Smith in Boston and other women pointing out the fact that there were women who were wrongly implicated in all of this, it's a disservice to them. I didn't come out with the report about a consensual relationship. I didn't come out with the report ahead of time leaking that they were going to suspend him for the year. They did that. And my point is, considering how pervasive this kind of stuff has existed in professional sports for many years, my whole point is that, excuse me, make sure that you handle it in the same fashion it has always been handled. You could have fired him, and then we could have speculated until the cows come home, but he's gone. But to keep him there, keep him employed, but in the same breath, suspend him for a year, then also that year is indefinite. That is the issue that I have. Nobody's trying to protect Ime Udoka, and certainly nobody is trying to protect, is to excoriate the women involved or anything like that. I'm talking about how things of this matter are usually handled from an HR perspective, from an organizational perspective. That is not consistent with what we have seen throughout the years. That is the only point that I was trying to make. I'm not trying to attack anybody. And if anybody deserves to be attacked, it's Ime Udoka for putting himself in this position. I've made that very clear. I'm just talking about you got owners and everybody else. They know the kind of stuff that's going on. You didn't say anything about anybody else. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. They didn't say anything about everybody else. All the other times this stuff has happened. But now when it comes, that is my issue. That is my only issue. That is my issue. That is my only issue.
I appreciate that, Claire.
That he will
not coach.
Yeah, man, got that bitch together, man. How about that, man? Is it still echoing, y'all, man?
Yes, it is.
I don't know what.
It got better towards the end. It synced up together towards the end. Like it started to sync up. Started to echo, wasn't echoing as much. But nah. So as you can see, she came in hot. She was in her feminist vibe, but the feminist vibe doesn't really work in this situation because it was two parties that worked for the same company that got caught doing the same thing consensually to each other, and ultimately it should have the same ramifications. Like if you want to be a feminist, and the reason why I told Virgil make the title "To Be Equal or Not to Be Equal" is because we always hear about everybody wants to be equal. Hear all this stuff about women wanting to be equal, but it's shit like this that to me sets women back. Like if I was a woman, I feel like I would be kind of mad at her because to her she kind of feel like, oh well, we don't have all the facts, so we shouldn't be talking about the women. Well, if we don't got all the facts, why are we even talking about him? Like, why this even come out if we ain't got all the facts? Why y'all reporting on it? Right. And then you get mad and you get upset when we're talking about the woman that was involved in the consensual relationship, that should get. He didn't say that she should get more time than him. He didn't say anything unfair. He said that the fair thing is if they both were involved, they both should get the same type of, you know, option to, because they gave him an option whether they could fire him or they could suspend him for a year. He took the suspension. That was on him. We still don't know all the details on this, so it's a little different. But my thing is this though, is that I seen a lot of women like mad that men were asking that question, like, well, does a woman get suspended too, or what's going on? Because we don't know. Nobody said anything. So it just, and he's losing half his money. He's obviously getting drugged all through social media. You know, it's worse because he has a high profile fiance, Nia Long, and it's just a lot. So we're supposed to just let the man just take all the bashing, which he deserves it because he broke the rules, he got caught and all that. But I feel like, as most people I feel like should feel, because if we're in this equal world, that whoever he had this relationship with, whether man or woman, I always put that out there, that they should get the same suspension he got, or the same option to either be fired or take the suspension for a year, half of the pay cut, just like him. We're not asking for anybody else to, nothing else, like nothing extra, nothing more or less, just two people, consensual, get the same, you know, slap on the wrist. And that's all he was saying. As you see, she came in hot to the point where she disrespected him off top, coming in on his show, didn't say what's up to him, said what's up to the lady, just to kind of let you know what kind of time she was on, to the point where she made her point, even made some unjust points that were untrue from what he said. And then he goes to correct her, and she even is feeling herself so much to where she's interrupting and talking over him on his show again, to where he had to just say, hey, man, fuck that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got to check this motherfucker. And I got it. Like, and to me, I loved it because that's his show. You don't come on my show disrespecting me. And that's something that women used to get mad at Kevin Samuels for, because he used to keep order on his show. You know what I mean? You keep talking, I'm going to kick your ass off the show. Simple respect. While I'm talking, I listen to you say everything you needed to say. You see, he didn't interrupt her once. The one time he did, he said, my fault, keep talking. You know what I mean? Finish your point. He let her clearly explain and finish her point, and she was taking shots at him the whole time. And then he responded, and then she wanted to start, you know what I mean, flexing her nuts. It's another thing. That's another thing, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. Now, can we go to the second link when she got, so this was early in the morning. First take happens early in the morning. Her segment's like midday after lunch. And then she has KENDRICK Perkins on there. Let's see what happens with that, because this also gets interesting, because now we're on her show. And we have a man say the same thing.
Unnecessarily women's names that may or may not be involved, and I think it is it isn't too harsh to say that that was a failure by many people, including folks within our own industry. And Brad Stevens actually addressed that today. I want everyone to take a listen.
We have a lot of talented women in our organization, and I thought yesterday was really hard on them, and I think that you know, nobody can control Twitter speculation and rampant, but I do think that we as an organization have a responsibility to make sure we're there to support them now, because a lot of people were dragged unfairly into that.
Unfairly because they reported it and didn't tell us who it was.
Right.
Because Perk,
it's his fault.
You played for the Celtics organization. What were your thoughts on this message here?
Well, one, to me, I didn't like Brad comments on this, and let me explain why. Not the fact that he was taking up and protecting the women in the organization, but you know, he said about the speculations and the Twitter BS and things to that nature, and how unfair it was to the women in the organization that is not involved with this particular situation. And I get that, right? But Why is it speculations? It's speculations because of the reports that were put out by the actual Boston Celtics. So they didn't do a great job from the jump of actually protecting the women in their organization, because knowing that they were going to sit up here and give out this information and go out here and suspend Ime Udoka and talk about, just give a little details, it's going to have people speculating. And in my eyes, I feel like the Boston Celtics dropped the ball, not only in protecting their entire franchise, but in protecting the women as well. They should have made sure that they crossed their T's and dotted their I's before they put this information out. And I get it. Now we're to this point, and now he had to go in here and he had to say this and he had to say that to protect those innocent women. But at the end of the day, man, it just ain't right how they went about it. The word accountability, okay? Accountability doesn't just go to Ime Udoka, okay? Accountability goes to the other people that played a part in that as well. Let me tell you another thing I didn't like about my good friend Wick Grossbeck and Brad Stevens in this press conference when they asked, is anybody else going to be punished? And they said no. And my whole thing is this, right? These are some of the facts that have been out. These are some facts that I know that, you know, this relationship, one of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook? Well, that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
Here she go.
Said is that there was a investigation that was conducted by an independent law firm here, and I think that transparency is what will rule the day here. And so without having all of the information, it is unfair and irresponsible.
We don't need all the information.
And to speculate on that, because what we have to...
Well, I'm not speculating. Sure. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
But what we have to go with...
He knows.
The fact that an independent law firm came in, did this investigation, and the facts that they...
I want to stop it right there, man.
So look,
I'm stop it for this reason. Now, hold on. Let me say what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say. I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Right now, this is a prime example of the need to be right. You hear me? Rest in the essence to Kevin Samuels, man. Sign language, shame, insults, guilt need to be right. This man, what's his name? Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, who played in that organization.
Right.
Those players on that team.
I imagine he's the guy who maybe even probably played for the Celtics at one point in time. You feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure he knows what he's talking about. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He just stood up there and told this girl, no, I'm not speculating. I have inside information. I'm speaking facts right now. And she still did not she just could not sit there for one and be quiet. Even on her show, she needs to shut the fuck up. She still needs to shut up. And two, she just had to be right. No speculation here, baby girl. No speculation. These are facts. What are you talking about? Let's go.
Facts don't matter.
The facts no longer matter. How long have I been telling y'all that, man?
The facts don't matter. The story matters. The best story matters. That's all that matters. What can you get the most clicks? What can you make the most money off of?
Warranted a 1-year suspension, and I share your frustration with the lack of transparency while understanding that there is some things that they need to, from a legal perspective, keep private. But knowing all of that, understanding all of that, we have to come to the conclusion that whatever rule, the conduct that was broken on one side, it is not the same on the other side. I thank you for your...
Why isn't it?
First she calls out Stephen A. Now she completely shuts Perk down. He had the information, according to him, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Kendrick Perkins is someone well known in the Celtics organization, but she still got upset, shut him down. She took him off the air. This is what happens when you have everybody agree all the time on ESPN. If you take everybody with the same perspective, the moment that someone on there has a different opinion, they're immediately taken off. Everyone agrees that Udoka was in the wrong. No question about it. He deserves to be punished. But the moment anybody else tries to say, hey, maybe there's other people that should be held accountable to prevent these things from happening in the future or with other organizations, everybody gets so defensive and tries to just defend women or make it a man versus woman thing. This is not about men versus women. This is about who is involved, what could they have done differently, and how can we prevent these things from happening in the future. And when Malika just takes people off the air like that, just for disagreeing or having the information that maybe even she doesn't have and she doesn't want to hear it, that's damaging. But I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, that's very, very dangerous, right?
That's the way the media
It's very dangerous. You hear me? That is very, very dangerous. Now, y'all hear me when I sit up here and talk to y'all about the memory hole and stuff like that. Y'all remember I said here talking about George Orwell, 1984. This is double think right here. This is group think right here. This is your crime think. You know, you're not allowed to have your own thoughts and stuff like that. Cognitive dissonance, 2 + 2 = 5. That's what this is right here. You hear me? And it's dangerous for lots of reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very dangerous for lots of reasons, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got this guy, Kendrick Perkins, who, you know, he got a little popping podcast. Oh, I can't say little. He got a nice popping podcast. He used to play for the Celtics. I'm pretty sure he's very familiar with the organization and the higher-ups within the structure of it. And for the this girl who's 27 years young, right? 27-year-old little girl, little dumbass little girl. We're going to say what it is. We don't hurl insults. We say what applies over here. This little dumbass girl got the nerve to tell this 14-season $1 million athlete analyst guy that he needs more effort. He ain't got enough accurate information. He needs to quit speculating on what he's talking about as if he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I just think that that's dangerous for so many reasons, because just like the homie was saying, this is censorship, right? This is not allowing people to say what they need to say in order to convey the information they have, so us, the audience, can make a wise decision about what we're being told. Now, let me tell y'all this, and I'm gonna pass it to L. We don't have to hear no details. We know that a guy, Ime Udoka, is being indefinitely suspended, probably without pay, right? I would imagine so. Or half of it, right? Because he's allegedly had sexual relations with women on the staff of the Boston Celtics, right? But now the Boston Celtics released this information, right? But they didn't tell us who the bitch is, man. You hear me? Why? Right? We gotta know who the bitch is, or who the bitch is. We gotta know. How can we make a fair and balanced decision about this whole situation if we don't know? And then to add insult to injury, we got this little broad, Malika Andrews, who's been indoctrinated under the disguise of education, robot, right? Little girl, 27-year-old girl don't know shit. You hear me? Pretty sure I would verbally eviscerate her. You hear me? And I'm not saying that to say, I'm just saying just to prove how much of a young punk she is what I'm saying. You hear me? She came on Stephen A.'s show, disrespected him, right? She came on her own show, disrespected Kendrick Perkins. She had nothing but the utmost accolades and respect for the one guy who did the, and I ain't saying nothing about his skin tone, I ain't got nothing to do with it, but for the white guy from that they, what was his name? Gary something?
Wojnarowski.
Well, yeah, whatever the white guy name that they just got done interviewing, who was basically
you're talking about Brad Stevens. Because
Brad Stevens, basically caping for the broads that could talk about the girls who could put. Man, listen here, y'all know what who the broads was, man. Y'all should have said the broad's name. And then you got this girl Malika Andrews talking about some on the other side, it's not equal to Ime Udoka. Why? Why ain't it? She never went into why it's not equal. She didn't validate why it's not equal. She didn't explain or rationalize why it's not equal. She just said that it's not. So I guess it's true then, right? Go ahead and talk to him, hell. This is dangerous, man.
This is we just talked about this.
Right.
Yeah, it's censorship at its finest.
Right.
It is propaganda. It's creating a narrative.
Right.
The media to me is not the best media to me doesn't create a narrative. They present points for you to think about and make a decision on what you feel the narrative in your mind is. Let you create the narrative. I'm gonna present what I have for you. Here's what I see. These are the facts that I have. As Kendrick Perkins was trying to tell her, these are the facts that I have. These are the facts. These aren't speculations. Like you're kicking speculations. Actually, I know the facts. Is what he was trying to tell her. She ain't want to hear that. So now, if the facts don't matter, and then you come right back to say that, oh, like you said, she basically just shut it all the way down. She kicked him off the like she didn't. She stopped this whole segment. You see, she also interrupted him, just like she did Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
But it was her show, and he kind of said what he had to say, so he kind of backed off of it because Kendrick definitely is go. He'll go back and forth with you. Like, with a man, if it was a man, he would have went back and forth with her. You got to remember, Kendrick Perkins is a strong down south. He's super respectful, big ass dude. He's like 6'10", 300, looking mean as fuck, but he cool as hell. You know what I mean? Country boy, straight country boy. And he just backed off of it. I ain't really followed up to see what he said afterwards, but I know, knowing him, I'm definitely gonna have to check out his podcast and see what he says about that. But it just kind of, to me, is like, well, what narrative are we trying to create here? Because Brad Stevens comes out in his press conference, which basically is contradicted. And honestly, like, he should have been asking himself them same questions before that. Like he said, Kendrick said, y'all leaked the information. You, actually, Brad Stevens, you're the GM. You had to okay that information going out. So you're also head of this snake that started all of this fire that happened to the women on your staff. You was the one who actually didn't protect them the way you should have. Because if you would have dropped the one name, nobody would have started dropping multiple pictures of different people. We would have known who it was. They would have gone, oh, that's her. Okay. Like, and we know some of the speculation out there allegedly is that it was one of the VP's wives. And that's why it got blown up.
Right.
And that's why this is happening the way it's happening. So whatever it may be, it don't even matter. It could have been the cameraman's wife. Whatever, it don't matter. Like, what matters is the facts that we have presented in front of us, which are really, to me, the only things that matter. It don't matter even who it was with, what position she held. All we need to know is that the rules are in the organization. You can't fraternize and smash each other. They were smashing. It's a man and woman. They both were smashing each other consensually multiple times, possibly multiple people involved. And, she was also, whoever it was, the one who was booking the road shows for his wife, which, his fiance, which also, whatever. That really don't even matter. Honestly, that don't even matter. Only thing that matters is these two were part of the organization who has rules against fraternizing. They did. They got caught. And he's the one catching all the heat for it. And then they're even going to the point where we're at this press conference and he's telling you it's just the man is going to get punished, but not the woman. And that we should protect women more when they're the ones who didn't protect the women by releasing this press conference and releasing the news without thinking about the backlash that was going to happen. Like, they ain't know what happens in the internet. So now we have ESPN putting the cape on for the situation. And like, I love that Stephen A. definitely didn't back down. Like, that's what made me, I'm not gonna lie, it made me, I used to like Stephen A. at the beginning, and then he lost me a little bit midway. And I will say sometimes he could hit with some real shit, and he definitely hit it on the head because he did it respectfully. Let her say her piece, even though she was taking jabs from the very start, came in very disrespectfully, very bad vibes. I didn't like the vibes, and he could have cut her segment short and stopped her in the middle of her shit, but he didn't do that. But she still felt the need after It either happened. You gotta remember, both of these interviews was the same day on the same network. They're all in the same studio. Remember this. This is all the same network. These are all right down the hall from each other. Stephen A shit runs from like 9 to 11. Her show runs from like 11 to like 1. So remember that these are back-to-back shows. So she calls in from down the hall to Stephen A show to talk shit, basically. Where she could have walked over there and then put herself live on the show. She didn't. So she calls in on his show, and then on her show, she had Kendrick Perkins actually was there in the building. It was 4 of them sitting up there. And she goes to the point where she interrupts him when he tells her he has actual facts. And he could have was crazy. We could have learned more about the situation. Maybe, you know, but she shut the whole shit down because she didn't want to hear the facts. All she wanted to know is that this happened, he's getting the punishment, and that's all she wants to know. That's all she cared about. She honestly would be good with the whole situation if it was done for what it was done now. And that's, to me, not right, because if you also saying it was an investigation or ongoing still, how are you already slamming the gavel down? Like, that's one thing I don't like, and that relates to a lot in life. And I ain't gonna lie, being a guy that grew up, I've been charged with shit I didn't do, and just all kind of shit. Like, people looking at you like you guilty for certain shit. Like, they may have seen charges. Like, I remember they put me on the front cover of the Busted for my gun, like pulling me over, taking me to jail. I had to spend the night in jail for my gun that was in my name and everything. And they put me on the front cover of the Busted, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, going to work. And even family members, like, you could tell people was like kind of treating me different just because they, you know, them Busteds was fucked up. And they put me on the front page and put like a big ass news story that made it look like it was me with all like a big ass bus on the highway with drugs and guns and shit. And it like people was looking at me different. It was wild. So I know what that feeling is when you walking around people and people got a narrative that they just kind of seen and they don't really know the real story. So, you know, it's the stigma a lot of us walk with. You know, I know Virgil could probably speak to it. You know, I'm pretty sure some people, if they find out Virgil got a record, they might treat him different, just knowing that. But then they get to know him, they're like, oh shit. Like, you know, that's my thing. I don't take no situation for what I may hear outside of it unless I know it's like real fact. And I think that's what this situation is giving off. Like, for one, it's not holding people accountable, which is the big word, the overall word that could kind of blanket, put a context on this. And if we're going to talk about solution-based content, which we love to do on this show, solution-based content, take accountability. Like for one, it's really no accountability for Malika. Like, this is a very cut and dry situation. Like, anybody that kind of rocks with any kind of law is going to be like, hey, if 2 people broke the rules, 2 people should suffer the consequences. You know, like, I've never heard where somebody be like, oh, 2 people, yeah, y'all both broke the same rule, but only he should get charged with it. Like, no, that's not how.
That's not how it goes. That's not fair.
I've never heard of that. Like, hold on. Like, hold up, where do we do this at? Like, so it just don't even make sense. Like, you can't even have a little kid agree with that situation. If you broke that situation down to a 5-year-old, they would be like, both of y'all should, like, even a 5-year-old will understand the concept of 2 people getting in trouble if they both did the same wrong shit. Like, right. So I didn't understand why she was fighting the narrative. Like, she could have maybe said, like, you know, well, let's just wait until we get all the facts about what lady, you know, or whatever. Like, I could understand that, but to just shut it down and say, like, no, the women shouldn't get any no punishment, and she engaged in the same shit he did. That ain't sit well to me. And I didn't like how you know, if that's on ESPN, the network, you know, I always talk about propaganda and how much I kind of dislike the media when I see, because I see it so easily. Like, a lot of people, they just go with it. A lot of people is cool with it. I think they just programmed to you know, when propaganda, it could be right in front of them, bright as day, and they just go with it. But me, when I see propaganda in the media, it's like I get upset, bro. It's like I take it personally. Like, like, oh, y'all motherfuckers trying to play me like I'm dumb. Like, I kind of take it like that. Like, when I see propaganda, this kind of segment was one of those situations where, like, come on, Malika, like, you trying to play us like we dumb, like we don't know how shit goes, and now you like trying to just paint a feminist narrative, and then we know how you got your job and you got your spot. Now it's making it seem like it was true. You there just to be that voice to shake shit up. Kind of like what she was saying, like, you know, they needed, like, you know, with me and this, like, she got the job because she was black. And it's fucked up because when it happened, I said she did. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like, I ain't gonna ever sugarcoat nothing. I felt like at that moment when what Rachel said wasn't wrong. Like, her being a white woman is the reason why she got in trouble for saying that she basically a job that she worked for actually broke the door down for. Like, she was actually the first woman that was doing the, like, if you really look at her history, she was a reporter breaking the, like, with the Bulls, like way back when Jordan and them was like winning championships. So she was she broke the barriers for women in the locker room like that. Like, but they stripped her of all that in the pandemic, and it was fucked up. Like, but she said it. She was like, she didn't even say nothing disrespectful. She just said, hey, like, I feel like the only reason why this is happening is because this movement is going on, and you know they want to have more black people on the network, which we all seen that when after the pandemic and all the riots, like a lot of black people got put in a lot of, like, in, hey, we love to see it because it should have been happening, but we couldn't act like it wasn't happening at a higher clip now because of what was just happening and what was going on. And then we can't be naive to it if somebody calls it out. Like, you know, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, I mean, come on, man. Like, we ain't, but that's the problem. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's one thing about our people, and that's why we so wish-washy as a culture, because it's like we'll know what we're doing, we'll know how we are, we'll know how we be, and if somebody calls us out on it that's not part of our culture, we going at them. And at the end of the day, when is it, like, we just gotta be like, all of us, like, I'm accountable for my ways. If you call me out on something, you know, even if I don't like fuck with it up front and I may not see it, if you put it in context and make me see it, it's on me to like be accountable for what I see and be like, oh, you know what? That normally does happen. And you know what? Either you could choose to change it or not. But like I said, these type of things, man, it's just heavy propaganda. It's the median. What I always saying, you know, y'all just gotta watch out, man, because this type of propaganda is programming a lot of people, and this is just one situation, but it happens in a lot of TV shows we watch, a lot of anything, music we listen to. So long as you able, like, this is my thing, where it gets dangerous is when you're not able to turn off the propaganda and you start letting that shit sprue into your thinking and the way you react and move because the propaganda gets in you. And that's one thing I say, like, it's cool to consume and listen to it, but if you're not recognizing it, that's when it's dangerous, because then you start to really think that shit is real. And then that's where it ties back into what Virgil was playing at the beginning with the Matrix, because they can make you believe anything is real if they put it in front of you enough, or that's what they believe to most people. To most people, they can. It's only a select few that can weed through that propaganda and that matrix that they trying to put y'all in. And some of us can unplug from it and be like, I'm watching it, I'm here, I'm looking, but I know this ain't real. Like, haha. Like I said, I take it personally. Anybody to tell you, Court, anybody to tell you, I get so pissed when the media start creating narratives. Because I'm like, just let it play out. Just tell us what the facts are, and we say what the narrative is once we see how it play out. You ain't got to create shit for me. I'm not no baby. You know, you ain't got to read me a nighttime story about Hansel and Gretel and shit. Like, I'll figure it out myself. I'm old enough to do that, smart enough to do that. But a lot of people, they fall victim to that media train and that propaganda. And this is a clear situation of that. And while I say keep your eyes open when you anything, like I said, it ain't just these news reporter, but it happens in the news all the fucking time. You know, he gets on here. Y'all tune in the stats. Y'all, this is what he does. He dissects this shit all the time. That's all he does is dissect the shit that we see, this bullshit that they putting out there. And this is what his show is about. Trying to giving y'all facts and bringing it to light. And this is exactly what his show is about, is taking shit like this out the air and really giving y'all the truth behind it instead of letting the media create a propaganda wave that got people believing some bullshit. Like, and I have no pro. Like, that's the thing. Like, they say if you speak on it like a woman, oh, you against women, black, you don't protect black. And it's just hard, man. How do we have conversations if we can't say nothing without like them being ridiculed and shamed and feeling like we coming at y'all and demeaning y'all just for having trying to be fair. This was a fair situation. I thought this was like easy. This wasn't even a deep point to have a divide, to try to create a divide. Like, it wasn't even that complicated. I could see if it was complicated to try to make some type of divide amongst men and women, but this was one that it wasn't even a smart
battle.
Of
a reach.
It wasn't a smart battle to pick. You know what I mean?
It's a bit of a reach, man.
A hell of a reach. And stood on it twice.
She doubled down. You hear me?
And getting strong. Like, these are strong dudes. Like, Stephen A is the motherfucker in ESPN. If y'all don't know, he's the number one motherfucking sports nigga. Let's make that clear. He makes more than everybody you see on TV that sportscast. Stephen A motherfucking Smith. He's the number one sports guy. So for her to feel like she could come at him like that, oh, buddy.
And it's not even that. We'll go a little bit deeper than that to let y'all know. It's what I say. They're going to use the media to destroy the media. You hear me? Now, you heard what he just said about Stephen A. Smith, man.
What else we talk about, Virg?
With his buck-broken boule ass, right?
But Virg, remember we talk about them trying to demasculate the masculine culture.
Yeah, but Stephen A. Smith ain't masculine. Let's just start with that right there. Ain't shit masculine about him. Nothing. Yeah, right? Now, what he did just now was a great display of just putting a bitch in check. You hear me? But don't make no mistake about it. That nigga ain't no man. You hear me? I just want to say this right here, man. And I talk about this stuff all the time, man. I'm glad El touching on this, man. They don't care about what you think, what I think, what we think. And they look at us just like children. Matter of fact, they look at us worse than children. They look at us like we're cattle. You hear me? And animals with no intelligence, or should I say, animals who refuse to use their intelligence are no better off or worse than animals who have no intelligence and are stakes on the table. That is a quote from my man William Cooper's book, Behold a Pale Horse, right? The first chapter, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. You hear what I'm saying? And the reason why I wanted to do this show tonight, at the behest of my homie King Els, was, you know what I'm saying, hit that like button, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the page and all that. And the reason why I agreed to have this show tonight, man, because, you know, of course, it has the fanfare factor with the scandal and all of that stuff, you know, entertainment factor. But this comes down to what we always going to end up talking about, right? Freedom of speech, right? Freedom of expression. And old girl Malika Andrews, right along with Stephen A. Smith, are two opposite sides of the same coin, right? They both work for Fox or whoever they work for, ESPN, right? And they all were in that same building that day, right? You got this girl coming on Stephen A. Smith's show, disrespecting him. Clearly, she has no respect for men, right? And she just came on there just being belligerent, ornery, and disrespectful. But look at it like this, though. On the other hand, we got Stephen A. Smith, who has been going on a tirade to high schools and colleges for the past 20-something years, telling everybody about how, Kwame Brown is just this horrible basketball player, destroying, right, the perception of a young boy going from high school to college to straight to the league again. Vernon 85, what it do, man? So, like I said, today's oppressor, I'm going to come up for this. Today's oppressor comes tomorrow's victim, right? This is straight out of 1984, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention to this, man. You hear me? Today's oppressor will become tomorrow's victim, right? And I want y'all to look at the media and how the media is being used to destroy the media and how we perceive the media and what we think and feel about the media as in relation to how much we trust the information coming from it. I want y'all to be able to use y'all's critical thinking to see how this is bringing in the ministry of truth. Okay, so if ESPN can't decide what's correct and right, exact, and that, okay, well, we need to come up with a government body that decides what factual information is. I know y'all hear this going this way. Y'all ever heard of Snopes? Y'all ever heard of Breitbart, Fact Check? Y'all ever heard of these places? You got Google, right? Who's going to determine
Facebook shit, right?
Who's going to determine what's true, what's facts? Who's going to determine that, right? What determines what is true? Because clearly, as we see, the facts just don't goddamn it matter no more. So if we can't defend ourselves or what is right and exact with the facts, where does that leave our society?
You know, that fact check only works if you talk about the coronavirus on Facebook.
Exactly.
It don't work for nothing else.
That's my point exactly. The unintelligent artificial intelligence, right?
Anytime you talk about coronavirus and you say something that ain't positive about it, it's gonna put a fact check thing on your thing.
Yeah, that's and this is what I'm talking about, man. When I be talking about the stuff that I be talking about, you know? Yeah, that echo is not on my end. That echo is not on my end. I don't know what that is, but it's not on my end. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it ain't over here. It ain't on my end. All my windows that have video, audio playable are muted. All right. And I only got one YouTube page open and it's muted. But yeah, though, y'all, man. You know, we the phone line is open, y'all. Y'all see it right there on the screen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to call in, y'all can call in. You know, I'm told back. Y'all can call on in, man. We're going to keep the line open for another 10, 15 minutes. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And this is a serious situation, y'all, man. I know a lot of y'all look at this. And notice this, y'all, right? Notice we ain't brought up Nia Long. Nia Long is so irrelevant in this situation. You hear me? I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to pass it to L, right? We're going to get L's perspective on why or if he think Nia Long is irrelevant, which I'm going to assume my brother Deuce is how he has not mentioned her ass. You hear me? Nia Long is irrelevant. She's irrelevant. Doesn't even matter. She didn't even have enough respect for herself to require that man to marry her and gave him a child. So whatever she got to say about it is moot, and we really don't care. It just don't matter. Like, her opinion doesn't matter. How she feel doesn't matter. I know that sounds brash and harsh, but it's just true. Who cares, right? Nia Long probably don't really care for real. She can't do anything. Anyway, what's she gonna do? Leaving?
Some people said they already kind of was doing their own thing. Like, they wasn't even really like together.
Exactly. Like, why are y'all even mentioning Nia Long, man?
She hasn't responded yet.
And hey, I'm glad you brought that up, L, because I was just about to say that, man. Look, I got hella respect for Nia Long. She ain't even spoke on this, man.
I tell people, man, don't comment on these Hollywood. Don't even comment on people's relationship, because for one, you don't know if they was in an open relationship. You don't know what they had.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know what the state of their relationship. So everybody just black man cheating on black woman, give up. Look, we don't even know if it was considered cheating in her eyes. You know
It's
what I
not.
mean?
It can't be.
I mean, it could be.
No, it couldn't be because he's not married to her. You can only cheat on your wife.
Yeah.
No, yeah to it. No. You can only cheat on your wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, technically. I'll say technically.
It is what it is.
I'll
You
give you
cannot
that.
cheat on a girlfriend. She's not your wife.
It depends on what, but that's where I say it always goes on the type of commitment you agree to when you get with somebody. You know what I mean? That's based on y'all's commitment to each other. Whatever commitment you sign up to and sign off on that y'all agree to when you get in that relationship, it's gonna be different with every person. You know what I mean? There's some people.
I agree with Uncle Diggity said. She didn't want nothing real. Talking about Nia Long, she just wanted to be kept. Yeah, she is. She a patsy in this whole situation. My man Vernon 85, man. Malika Andrews is the worst. This is what happens when unqualified people get pushed to the forefront. Notice how no one has sympathy for the mistress's husband. Exactly. She destroyed her marriage. Society doesn't care about men. Facts. All right. Y'all go ahead, hit that line if y'all want to. Y'all want to call in, man. We're going to keep the phone lines up. Y'all can call on in, man. I'm going to see the number. Call on in and get your thoughts on the perspective on the situation, man. You feel me? Yeah, I agree with you 100%, running fine. Let's go back to what Perk and what Stephen A. Smith soft ass was talking about, man. We ain't never listening. We ain't pointing no finger at women, right? Like specifically women, like all women, and specifically, especially just women, right? But everybody involved has to be held accountable. I mean, that's only right, though, man. Ain't that fair? Isn't that 50-50? Ain't that equal? Ain't that what y'all was burning bras and shit for, man?
He said burning bras.
Wearing your panties on your head and letting your little stinking ass undergarment hair grow out and all that nasty shit. You just nasty. Just nasty. Just nasty. Just nasty, man. This is what all this is for. You got this young 27-year-old girl, basically don't know shit. You hear me? You see how Stephen A. Smith, as much as I abhor Stephen A. Smith, he handled that gracefully. He showed some ounce of masculinity for once in his life that I've seen. He got her all the way together. You hear me?
He did.
He got her all the way together because she was completely out of line. You hear me? And this is what I'm saying. I think this could be a show for us next week. I think we need to focus on toxic femininity.
That's what that was right there.
That was a pure display of toxic femininity. Or should I say toxic fake femininity? Because a feminine woman would have never conducted herself like that. Ever. Right? So you know what I'm saying, man? This is a crazy situation to me because on the surface, and like most people's going to see this and be talking about the Nia Long and cheated, and there's a lot of goofy ass bras out there who seen this whole situation going on, and they probably think like, well, it don't matter who. No, it matters who the chicks are. Yes, it does. This man's whole career is about to be over. Of course, it's all due to him, and he deserves everything that's happening to him. Like most of us men, most of us real ones, we're going to admit we're not like protecting Ime Udoka with his stupid, silly, no discipline having ass. He deserves to be fired if you ask me. He deserves to lose his job if you ask me. But like Smith said, man, if you're gonna sit up there and suspending, you hear me, and keep it indefinite, it's like you trying to destroy and break this man down. And some would even go as to say, but you can't really say because he's African, he ain't black, right? But he's a man, though. You hear me? But you trying to just destroy this man's image and his ability to go earn something. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody else will probably pick him up. Maybe they won't, right? And you just destroyed this man's image while not even speaking on the other parties involved, which is the bitch. And we got to know who bitch is or bitch is. It's only right that we know. It's not fair if only this happened to him, even though he brought it on himself, and it don't happen to the other consenting partner.
Well, they said that this happens all the time, but nobody has ever had their name mentioned or never been publicized to this magnitude.
Exactly. They just get fired. Like Stephen A said, they just get fired, right?
You know what? It's a narrative going on, bro. Like I said, it's deeper than even what we seen. This shit obviously was projected to be a woman right or a woman feminist type shit. Look at the press conference, because it wasn't even just Malika. We got to remember, we got a whole Brad Stevens for exactly what he said, as even trying to double down and say, hey, we got to protect the women in the organization. Y'all on the internet.
Sucker ass dude, man.
And then he and he the one who okayed the leak of the information. Let's not forget, this is the guy who is the GM of the Boston Celtics, who was the old coach. He couldn't get it done, so they moved him to GM, and they brought UDOKA. So let's also remember this. UDOKA led his team to the finals last year. Let's not forget, a black coach led his team to the finals his first year as a coach. And now we stripping him right before the season started. This is something like we gotta really look at the intangibles. Like, he's not just no regular fly-by-night coach. He literally led his young team to the finals and beat two of the best teams in the NBA to get to the finals. He went through three of the best players in the league to get to the finals. So he did a great coaching job and he almost won it. He got close to it, but a black coach leading his team first year to the finals. He coming in this year. They got a nice contending team. It's some shit. I'm gonna say we gonna end up revisiting this, because when they drop the rest of this story, and I'm sure this is getting Stacks' mind clicking. I know he ready to dig more into this, because there's something behind this. It's something. It's something else. It's gotta be.
Right.
It ain't came out yet, but you can even tell the way that Kendrick Perkins said it. I seen Matt Barnes. He did an interview where he came out at first was mad, then he came back and retracted what he said and said, "Man, listen, I heard the facts," and he was like, he looks shocked. And these is guys that actually get, like, he's in one of the best podcasts about basketball. Him and Steven Jackson, Up in Smoke, that airs on Showtime. And they got YouTube. You can watch them on YouTube. They got some of the best interviews in basketball because they keep it 100. And he came back and even said, "Hey, man, I heard some of the details. I'm going to just say, I'm just going to back off of this. I'm not going to talk no more about it. It's some stuff that y'all don't know." So it's something behind this that's really, really deep that we ain't hearing. It's deeper than just him messing with some girl. It's going to come out.
Right.
It's because we never seen this. It's like they said, Stephen A. been very.
I've never seen this publicized like this before. So let's just say this right here. Let's just say this right here, man. We're gonna say this right here. Either Ime Udoka. Remember what I said earlier on Red Show, y'all, about Boosie. You hear me? And just like Boosie, either Ime Udoka did something he wasn't supposed to do, or didn't do something that he was. Because if y'all think for 1 second that this is not a regular commonplace thing that happens in these organizations in the NBA, you're fooling, right? I'm pretty sure players and people up in the higher whatever, I'm pretty sure they smashing cheerleaders and female staff all the time. You hear me? And just like Stephen A. Smith just said, when it does happen, it's an HR thing. It's handled internally. Right? Nobody knows about it except who needs to know about it. And we never hear about it on TV, ever.
And if you notice, like you said, he said it's handled internally. Remember, Malika Andrews came on and said an external law firm.
Right.
Remember, she said that. So, like I said, this is something different. And Lance Parker, you are right. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan.
You hear me?
I know y'all see me with the Brooklyn hats on, like, you know what I mean? I stayed in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I love Brooklyn. But yeah, Brooklyn definitely said they'll take him back, and we should have never gave him up. But he went on to be a great coach. The year we gave him up, he went and beat us. he ended up beating us. I'm a Brooklyn fan, and he beat my squad 4-0. The only team that got swept in the playoffs. Like I said, he's a good coach. So it's something else. And like you said,
Hey, I started to tell you, man, because now that I'm starting to see who his sister is and who he's connected to with out there in Africa, you know what I mean? My mind is working right now. You hear me? I'm like, who are these people? You feel
hey,
me?
we about to revisit. We might have to revisit this on Friday.
Nah, definitely not getting visited on Friday. It's not happening Friday. Maybe next Friday, but not this Friday. You know what
If
I'm
you
saying?
get some information, I'm bet you're gonna get some information on this.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
yeah. If I feel like it's worthy enough for me to investigate and look at it, I will. But I'm not. I mean,
I think
I'm getting some vibes right now, but not
I'm
nothing
gonna
that
tell
makes
you
me
this.
want to go do any further digging in though. But I'm pretty sure it got something to do with what's going on with his people over there in Africa and shit, man.
It's something different, though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Because
something different.
like I said, like Stephen A. said, this is not normally how this is done. So what I'm saying is, this is how we know that this fraternization thing.
It's just something.
That word fraternization. We know this is something that's regular, commonplace amongst these NBA organizations. We know this now, right? And we also know that even though these companies, NBA team is a organization and a corporation. Every one of them are. So they are a staff company within themselves. They have a manager, a GM, a CEO, a CFO, and all of that stuff. It's a corporation, right? And we now know that this is common practice amongst all these organizations, which means they got the rules set in place for it. And we now know that these rules are set in place for the people in the hierarchy, only in the case that it goes public or they make the information public. Any other time, Lord, you get caught smashing the NBA, smashing the staffer, and you are the star point guard that they just signed, the first round draft pick, and they just signed you to a $20 million, $30 million contract, right? You can go smash a cheerleader or something. They're gonna sweep that shit under the rug, man. You hear me?
Like Nick Young said, he did it when he was a rookie, and they fired the cheerleader.
Right. But let you become up in the big boy staff, though, making decisions, because them NBA players, the players don't make no decision. The players are like high paid, entry level, fucking employees, so to speak. You hear me? And as you move up in the hierarchy of these organizations, you see it's higher repercussions for when you don't do certain things. Now the question is, why and cui bono? Why is this happening, and who benefits from it? Who benefits from Ime Udoka being suspended for half his pay for a whole season indefinitely? Who benefits from that? And that's a question that I want to answer from, or would like to have an answer from. Who benefits from Ime Udoka being publicly ridiculed? All of his own doing, for sure. Who benefits from this? You got an answer for that question?
Oh, that's why I said, man, this is something that I feel like is perfect for you, because the way I've never seen. Let me tell you, Matt Barnes is a LA cat.
Matt Barnes, man, his name ain't Matt Barnes no more. That nigga's name is Becky with the good hair forever and from now on out to the end of time. Becky with the good hair. That's that nigga name.
Hey, he was ready to scrap. Hey, you know I love Kwame, but he was ready to scrap Kwame too.
That nigga wasn't ready to scrap nothing. He was scared. There was two dudes who was scared. One was hoping that the other one was more scared than him.
Hey, they both was. Hey, I like them both, man. But nah, Matt Barnes, the way he kind of switched his tone, man, that's when I felt like it was something even deeper. And then, like you said, when I went back and watched the interview that we just listened to, and like you said, you pointed it out. Stephen A. said it's normally done internally with HR, but she came in and then said that this was handled externally by a law firm, which made me start thinking like, hold up, man. Like, and then I'm seeing cats like Kendrick Perkins even saying like, yo, I know what's going on. Like, and like I said, for Matt Barnes to retract his statement, and then just basically say, hey, I'm not even really going to talk on this no more. Like, I'm going to just let things play out. I'm sorry. Like, he basically was damn near apologizing for even speaking on it.
Right.
So, and he ain't that kind of cat. Like, I mean, he is. He's a cat that, like he said, and this is one thing I really like what he said is that, him being part of the media, he stands on giving y'all the truth. And if he wrong, he come back and he'll retract the statement, do it publicly, just like if he said something publicly. And just kind of let it go from there. If he get the facts and he was wrong, he gonna stand on it. And that's what he did. And that's what he made clear in his video when he did his live. So, I always salute those kind of media. That's why I respect him as a media cat, because he keeps it 100. Like, no matter what, I know they had their little issue with Kwame, but he keeps it 100. That's one thing I'll say. Him and Steven Jackson, them two, they'll tell the truth. And he comes back, him and Steven Jackson, to come back and say when they're wrong. And you don't see that a lot in the media. So I respect that when media cats, when they do say something and then they find out they're wrong, come back and speak on it. That to me is dope. And you don't find that a lot. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I don't know. I think it's something really, really deeper than what we seeing.
Oh, it's definitely something deeper than what they telling us going on. I can kind of tell a little bit. Like I said, it goes back to my original question: why and cui bono? Why are they doing this, and who benefits from it? Let me tell y'all this before we keep going. The only people, right? The people who benefit most from this is the people who most likely are guilty of why everything is happening. So then think about that. When you think about who the people who benefit most from this are the people who are responsible for why we are seeing this. So how does the Boston Celtics benefit from this as an organization? Look at all the controversy and attention they're getting right now. I'm pretty sure Celtics jerseys are selling right now. I'm pretty sure tickets are selling right now.
But it's like, what's the they trying to make it a scandal, and I'm not thinking this ain't a scandal. This is
this ain't even very new. This ain't even newsworthy for real when you think about it, right? Who cares? Who honestly cares?
Really
who honestly cares that Ime Udoka smashed the chick he was working with? Who really cares about that? And what does it matter for real? In the grand scheme
because
of
we
things?
know that happens all the time. Man, them cats was in the bubble. Them cats was literally in the bubble playing the playoffs in the NBA for about 3.5, 4 months, or like 3 months, or two. It was like 2.5 to 3 months. Come on now, man. We ain't going. I ain't saying I'm not implicating nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If you think not, if you think not, don't think of. That's all I'm gonna say. If you think not, don't think of. And it's just crazy. Like, he was in. Come on, man. Y'all gotta be serious out here. Like I said, that's why I say y'all shouldn't even speak on no relationships that you ain't really privy to. Like, I wouldn't even do it. Like, it's a slippery slope. We seen what happened with the the Will Smith, like, and Jada. Like, everybody was so quick to come out and they like, hey man, yeah, Will was hurt. He admitted that in his book, but that was because he felt like they had already had this agreement where they wasn't supposed to get attached. And then Jada admitted she was attached to him and that she really loved the cat. And he was like, hey, that's outside of our agreement. Like, yeah, we could do what we do, but you ain't supposed to get attached. And that's where he felt affected, because like I spoke on earlier, when you are in a relationship, you have certain commitments that you agree to. And if these are the commitments we agree to, if one person breaks that commitment, then yes, it's something that you can speak to and have an issue with. That's how relationships work. We come into this together. We make these rules, make this bond, everything comes together. But we have a commitment clause. This is what we can do, this is what we can't do. In some relationships, it's just you and her. In some, you can do what you do maybe while y'all together. In some, you could do what you do whenever, just let me know. Just don't catch no feelings. In some, you could just do whatever you want, free for all. it's different styles of relationship, but you know the commitment that you enter into when you go into any relationship. So that's the breakdown of the whole situation. And everybody don't understand that. Everybody base all relationships off of what their standard of a relationship is. And that's where you walk wrong. Because everybody got different thoughts and different commitments that they agree to. You know? And that's another issue with communication. Why lack of communication got a lot of these people on the internet mad because they feel like they're getting cheated on, where maybe you didn't even really say what you didn't communicate well enough to know what the standards were or what y'all was really agreeing to. You know, it's all about communication. I think people lack that, and that's why a lot of relationships fail, because they don't communicate effectively. And when you learn how to communicate, it gets way easier because you know your expectations. So if you fuck up, you know you fucked up. You know, it's no gray area. So you know, it's different, man. We don't know what their relationship was. We don't have no idea. We don't know. Some people saying they wasn't even together during the time, that they just was still living together, co-parenting, like, you know, keeping a Hollywood image, as you would say. You know, just like presidents and shit do. Like, you know, like sometimes, you know, these politicians, they just get a wife just to have a wife on the side, but that ain't really their wife. You know what I mean?
They got a girlfriend, a fiance, or wife on the side.
Sometimes when you in like certain areas, the person next to you can get you higher up in that area. So sometimes they make these medialized relationships to further people in different aspects in life. But we don't think about that. All we think of, like I said, is our standards of relationships. We don't think about all that. If anybody watches The Shy, they just kind of showed you that in the last season, where they had the little cat. They was about to get him running for the little city joint, and they got him a girlfriend. And here he used to mess with a trans woman. Whatever. It was some wild shit, but you know, they partnered him up with a chick to help him run, because they're like, hey, this will make you look better if you got somebody by your side. You know, it's easier to win when you got a man and a wife. It just shows you more trustworthy, I guess, if you got a wife. You know,
It
to
also
people.
says that you believe in traditional values too. But I'm gonna
Right.
take it a bit further with this situation.
It's different, man.
I'm gonna take it a bit further, right? Take it a bit further. This ain't got shit to do with no damn relationship, man. That's the facade. That's the cover story. That's to get you emotionally drawn in from the heartstrings. It's really about censorship. It's really about the destruction of the male image, which is masculinity. It's really about the media being used to destroy the media. I don't know what that echo is, L, man, but it is not over here, man.
That's not
Seriously.
mine.
That
I'm not
echo
hearing no
is
echo.
killing me, man. For real. I have no other windows of audio open at all. I don't know what that is, man. But this is about, though, right? This ain't got nothing to do with Ime Udoka and his shit of a relationship with Nia Long and him messing around with chicks that he worked with, right? That's surface shit. That's the distraction and the confusion, right? Let's get to the basis of it. The destruction of the male image, black male image, if you want to say that, to break it more down more. I'm gonna say male image in general, because this just ain't happening to black dudes. And he's African, right? But this is also has to do with the destruction of the perception of reality. You hear me? What's right, what's wrong? 2 + 2 = 5. You know what I mean? And it shows so much stuff. It shows how even in the media, which I said before and I said again, the media is being used to destroy in the media to bring in the new media, right? And at the same time, it's showing how black females are being indoctrinated by this system in order to destroy the image of black men. Now, like I said, we gotta keep it fair, man. Ime Udoka, he deserved to get fired. Like, if that's their company policy and he broke it, then he deserved to get fired. Right? I ain't gonna be the one to say he don't deserve to get. He definitely deserved to get fired, just like Stephen A. Smith said, and just like Perk said, man. Exactly, Vernon 85, a war on masculinity. Right?
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the debate. They never said he shouldn't have got fired. That's the whole issue. They're saying we agree he should have got fired, but two people did something wrong. So if one got fired, well, he didn't get fired. He got suspended.
You might as well say he got fired.
Well, not really.
You got suspended for the whole season indefinitely.
But he's still getting half his check.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's worth it though. Was it like $4 million or some shit like that?
Nah, he only had like it was like $1 million. He only a coach, so he had like, and he, like I said, he a first year coach. They didn't expect him to lead his team to the finals in the first year, so he got a first year coach contract, but he exceeded expectations to the greatest fucking measure. Like, he almost won a fucking championship in his first year. It's not, like, that don't normally happen. You know what I mean? That's like some unheard of shit.
Right.
Like, to even get to the finals as a rookie coach was fucking crazy. And he was a black dude. You know what I mean? Who would have thought? In the whitest organization in fucking America. That's why I said it's some shit that, like, this is Boston. Boston is the fucking, like, they say they like the worst motherfucking like place to play in. Like, the fans is still racist as fuck. Like, they say that's the only place to still like that. Like, Boston, they say is racist as fuck. It's a lot of shit, man. Like I said, it's a lot of shit you could kind of break down that might go deeper into this shit. Like him being the black coach, winning like that his first year in one of the widest fucking organizations ever. And you know what I mean? Maybe he didn't do something that, like you said, maybe what didn't he do or what did he do? Like, we gotta ask those questions. Like, it's just really something else. Like, you talking about hiring outside investigators for an HR issue. Why are you hiring outside investigators and law firms for HR, breaking the rules inside of an organization? That don't make sense. That's never happened. So it's a lot of shit, and you got these cats retracting their statements.
Right.
That don't normally be doing that. So it's some shit that we don't know. And like Vernon 85 just said, war on masculinity, which we just spoke on last Tuesday, heavily on the censorship and war on masculinity is what happens. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, Stephen A. and Kendrick Perkins, they'd be like, with this, yeah, they didn't get that nonsense with Rachel Nichols. Like I said earlier, and Maria Taylor. Like, but Rachel Nichols, they ain't had these issues, like, because they reported what they knew, man. Like, that was a thing. Like, you can't react emotionally in this business. When you in the media industry, in the media business, like, you know what I mean? Every once in a while, emotions will get the best of you. But the best people that make it to the top and to me are the best. Like, of course, they ain't going to be rated the best. But to me, the ones I like the most are the ones who, keep it 100 at all costs. And then if they are wrong, they'll come back. Like, we even heard Virgil when he had some shit he spoke on, he come back and be like, hey, matter of fact, I was wrong about that. You know what I mean? And you come back, those are the people I like. And Rachel Nichols, she was a white woman in a black NBA, but she did a great job. And what she said wasn't technically wrong. She had been reporting on that shit since she was in fucking high school. Maria Taylor, I'll give y'all a little bit more information. She was a high school dropout. You know what I mean? And she did work her way up. You gotta give it to her. She was a high school dropout that did what she did, ended up getting back into the mix of things and worked her way up into ESPN somehow. And then even got her sister on. And you know what I mean? She is where she at. So whatever she did, whatever connection, I ain't gonna say how she got her job. We don't know. But she got some type of connection where she somehow moved up into that position. So this is something that maybe Verge can even break down for us, man. I don't know. How did she really get her spot? Because then she also got the bump Rachel Nichols off. And then it's a race issue. But now she is like the politically, and now she's the one that speaks on these type of feminist issues and the headline in one. So, you know, all this shit could be some type of play. Like you said, war on masculinity, war on black men, war on men, period, because you see how what happened to Johnny Depp too. Like they tried to do him dirty where it went so bad that I mean we seen what happened and then they ended up calling a woman an imperfect victim. And I'm like, damn, if a man would have did that, he would have just been a fucking scumbag. If a man was Amber Heard and did and said the shit and cut a woman's pinky off and all kind of shit, literally severed a man's pinky off. If a man cut a woman's hand part, any part of her body, if he even cut her hair off, oh my gosh, he gonna burn in the jail. This woman cut his pinky off, part of his. And she was called an imperfect victim, man. We gotta look at what's happening out here in society, man. I ain't asking for no certain sympathy or nothing as a man, but let's just keep it even. Or not, we ain't even gotta keep it even. Even 60-40 would be cool. It would be better than what the fuck these niggas getting out here. These niggas getting shafted out here, yo. Like, this shit is wild out here, bro. The masculinity is definitely at an all-time low on the totem pole as far as think about it. Because it's really the gay men at the top of the totem pole. I mean, the gay, if you think about who run the world, it's the gay people. And then it's, you know what I mean? Everybody else. Like, my fault. I shouldn't have said that, but it was true. I shouldn't have said
man, but you know, we're gonna keep it 100, man, around these parts, man. Listen, man.
I shouldn't have said that, but it was
at
true.
the end of the day, this ain't got shit to do with this whole situation between this got to do with the war on masculinity.
Yeah. I should have said that, but it's true. And unfortunately, this type of shit really shows what they I don't know, like I said, I see propaganda and sometimes it does piss me off, and that's why I brought this when Virgil asked me what we should talk, you know, we politic on what we're gonna talk about on Tuesday. And I was like, I seen this and I was like, I ain't like this shit. This shit was wild.
Right.
To me, I couldn't even fathom what I was seeing. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, I couldn't believe. And then when she doubled down on it, I was like, oh yeah, this is something we gotta talk on.
Right.
I might have let her live if it wasn't for the double down. The double down is what definitely made me want to put her front, you know, this story as a front line kind of. And it's not even just this situation. Like I said, you see, we branched off into all different kind of areas, but this situation is clear in our face. It happens all the time, and sometimes, you know, it might be unwarranted. Feminists hate the patriarchy.
No, I'm laughing at this dude, Virgil 85, man. Feminists hate the my man Vernon 85 said feminists hate the patriarchy, but want a man's hard-earned dollars. Also, most feminists are unattractive. Fat like a farm animal. Old McDonald would be their theme song.
Yeah. I mean, Malika happens to be cold. So yeah, that's what shocked me. I mean, I get it. But nah, I don't. Not at all. Like she just was off the meter. Like feminists, I don't care how much of a feminist you are. Even feminists, I didn't even see nobody co-signing that shit really, like in my world. Like even women. Like the only thing they was just talking about was making jokes. Like how this dude cheat on Nia Long. That was like probably the most extent that I've seen anybody really give the energy to. Right. But nobody agreed with what she was saying, because I mean, like I said, this is common sense. If you was explaining this to a 5-year-old and be like, hey, if two people do the same thing and they're both wrong, should they get in trouble or should one person get in trouble? The 5-year-old is going to tell you they both should get in trouble, because that's what you're programmed to think. Like I've never heard of it to where if two people did something wrong, you would only think that one person should be punished for it. That I can't get with that. I don't care if it was man, woman. I don't care if he was sleeping with a man. To this point, we really don't know who he was messing with. It could have been a man. We don't know. But if it was a man or woman, whoever it was, is on the other side of that assault. I mean, not assault, but that fury of pleasure, whatever may have happened, they need to also be held accountable. And that is the only thing that was presented. And for some reason, it was tore down. And I ain't like that. I don't
Yeah,
like none of that.
yeah, it's totally uncool. You know what I'm saying? It's totally not fair. And to sit up here and with this girl Malika Andrews to put out the narrative as if the other side doesn't matter, is irrelevant. So what are we to believe that this other side is a man? Right? No, it's not, because they clearly said it's other women. Matter of fact, they said it's possibly, potentially, allegedly the VP's wife. Right? So with that being said, why is she not being held accountable?
Because she's a VP's wife?
Right, right. So this man who happens to be black can be put on the forefront while we protect the image of the white lady. See, we don't give a damn about the image of a black man or masculinity, period. But we,
or even putting out Nia Long's name.
Yeah, right.
Because
Nia Long is she's irrelevant. She's so irrelevant.
But she got brought up because she was also getting brought up. Like they wanted to make sure that her name, and that may even be a way to take a shot at the black women too. But they ain't think of it like that though.
My man Virgil 85 just dropped some game, man. If they came with a mute button, relationships would be saved. If there's a dispute, put her on mute. You know what I'm talking about? Facts. Shut up. God damn it.
That
Shut up.
was an illogical statement that should have never been spoken on.
Yeah, the Celtics blew that though. So like I said, who benefits?
Yeah.
You feel me? Who benefits from this situation? And like I said, those who stands to gain the most, especially gain financially, are probably the people responsible or person responsible.
Yeah, they probably ain't want that nigga coming up in there winning that quick up in that organization. It was racist as hell. First time they gave a black dude a shot and he almost won the championship his first year. And here they had the dude that was speaking, Brad Stevens, that was the coach for like the last like 6-7 years and couldn't win shit. Here you got this cat that took him to the finals the first year. So it could have been a little bit of jealousy too on Brad Stevens' side. Like, damn. Like, man, this nigga come up in my shit and almost win the championship, and I've been trying to do this shit for years. First year they motherfucker put me up in the GM box. He come in, he take over, and he going to the finals. Like, that's what I'm saying. It could be so many different. Man, this is like one of those, what they call the Spanish novellas, like my lady said, with soap operas and shit. Like, fucking as the world turns, there's so many storylines that could spin off of this shit. That's why I said I can't wait to hear what the hell go on and what the real shit behind this is, because it's not what we hearing. This relationship shit is not it. I don't want y'all for 1 second to believe this is what it's about. That's not why he got suspended. It's something else. We'll find out soon.
Oh yeah, the more information will come out, right? But one thing for sure, two things for certain, right? Whoever the bitch is, she gotta be held accountable, right? Or whoever the chicks is, they need to be held accountable, flat out, right? This man's getting half his pay, right? And I'm saying this is how you know, or this will make you think that this is all distraction, right? Because we can sit up here and say it's something more in depth to it, which it more than likely probably is, but at the same time, why are they not firing this man? Right? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Why are they not firing him? Blade Monger, what's good, man?
Blade Monger in the building. What up? What up? Lance Parker. What up? What up? What up? My homies. Yeah, bro, it's something deep, man. I know it is. It gotta be something different. We just, it's right there for us.
That's a possibility, Vernon 85.
What if a team employee all right, he said So Vernon 85 said, what if a team employee contact the league office and the NBA forced them to go public? Yeah. But the thing is, ain't nobody else going public. You know what I mean? That's the thing, man. I also don't like how everybody in the NBA, I don't be liking that shit, man. Like, if you know something wrong, man, and it's sitting there right in front of you, speak on that shit, man. I'm sorry. If I'm in an organization, hey, man, you guys, how you ever gonna see change? What if that shit happen to you? Like, I don't like that shit, man. I'm gonna speak up, especially that's their coach. They knew about this for a while. Okay, what's up, Tonisha Chapman? All right, they knew about this for a
Why
while.
that name sound familiar to me, man?
They said there was a reason they decided to leak the information about the relationship. They did not want him to be successful. The woman need to be held accountable. Right. That's what I'm saying, man. I felt like that's what I was just speaking on. Like, I felt like it could have been some kind of sideline hate because the cat that Virgil, I know you don't really follow basketball like that, but the cat Brad Stevens that was giving that interview that we listened to,
Yeah, I know. Well, I know your recognize your goddamn that name, Tanisha Chapman, man.
What school? What school?
With the Eastmore.
We is all at
Tanisha. She just married old boy, and they got. Then you and old Boo got married. Now your last name Tanisha Davis. I think that's your real name, right? Your original name, right? She got a little sister named Cicely.
Oh yeah, I definitely know.
That's
Yeah,
Tanisha
yeah.
right there, I think.
Okay.
I wonder what old Cicely looking like nowadays, man. Anyway, man, what's up, Tanisha? Nice to have you in the building, man. But yeah, though, yeah, man. Like I say, it's like I agree with you. There's so many vantage points that on this story, and that's why I say that this story is being put out for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Who benefits from this, man? You hear me? Now, you know, we can sit up here and say it's about a lot of stuff we talk about. It can be. You right? Very well could be. It could be argued, but right. But you gotta think about the perception that this is putting out, man. The many ones that it is. You hear me? Now, when it comes to this situation and a more in-depth situation, right? And this is my whole thing right here is like, you know, they didn't fire him when normally this is what would happen, right? Normally they would fire the chick, but they can't fire the chick because allegedly she's the VP's wife.
Yeah.
Right. So you know, I want y'all to see how the very many facets of this story, right? And think about when I talk to y'all about compartmentalization. Think when I talk to y'all about breaking up the psyche into different alters, which each can be programmed, right? And when you're breaking up somebody's psyche, splintering up their psyche, compartmentalizing their psyche, they don't have a sense of who they are, which means that you can control and manipulate them, especially how they perceive reality, right? And this is what I want y'all to look at. These different aspects, avenues of this story break your mind up into so many different categories that, you know, you're not realizing that all the different ones that it could possibly be broken up in are based from the same source. You feel me?
Right.
So what does that mean? Right? What does that mean right there? What am I saying when I say what I just said? I'm saying don't question everything. Right? That's what I'm saying. When you hear me say question everything, hashtag question everything, that's what I'm talking about right there.
What would be a solution to this?
Hold on. There's definitely more to this than what we have been told. I believe that he hasn't been fired because he may have something on the women and they want to spin it and put it all on him. Yes. Yes. Now, what do we know about the National Basketball Association as an organization and a corporation? We know that the people who run the NBA, that we know who run the NBA, aren't the people who run the NBA. At least I know that. You hear me? And they're involved in a lot of stuff, man. You hear me? Oh, Adam Silver and all them guys, man. Y'all better do the connect game on who these guys are connected with, man. You feel me? Now, maybe Ime Udoka knows some information that, you know, he wasn't supposed to know about. Maybe this could be an attempt at assassination of his character before he goes public with information he may have that's more than just smashing the VP's wife. Huh? Maybe he found out something he wasn't supposed to find out. Maybe he was smashing the VP's wife, or maybe he was running around in the building and he ran in one of them doors that you ain't supposed to go in, and he seen something he wasn't supposed to see as he's smashing the VP's wife. See, I'm not saying that's true. I don't know. I'm saying it could be argued. I'm saying that
it's just weird, man. There's a lot of different aspects that make this shit weird.
Yeah, and as more information comes out, we'll see. And like I say, man, follow the money, y'all.
Follow the money. You already know.
Bread. You follow that money, I guarantee you find out real quick what this is all about. Right? Yes, so, man, y'all, you know, we thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. You know, everybody in the building, man, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Smash the like button. Share on your social engineering and all of that, man. Tell everybody to come tap in and walk with us. Subscribe to the page. Click on the bell and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We about to get up out of here, though. We ain't going to waste no more time. Tune back. Appreciate everybody coming out. We got Tanisha in the building.
Yep.
We got Blade Monger in the building.
Coming out,
late, you know, man, but late is better than never.
Blade Monger in the building.
Everybody who should drop through, you know what I'm saying, and say, you know, tap in and walk with us, man. Listen. Hell, once you go up there and you leave them with the or should I say you leave them with some closing words.
Don't let your little head fuck up your bread.
You hear me? Don't let the big head beat the little head. Don't let the little head beat the big head out, man. Rest in the SEC, man.
Yeah, and this all could have been avoided if he, you know what I mean? Like I said, I understand that, you know, men be on the road, whatever, but this seemed to be a real relationship that was going on. And it fucked, you know what I mean? Like we said, it's a lot deeper. I really, truly think it's a lot deeper, but at the end of the day, there's so many other women out there that he probably could have messed with. Like, he didn't need to mess with nobody in his organization. You know what I mean? Like he's a face of an organization. I'm pretty sure he could have had something in every area code that he wanted easily. Like, and he just broke the rule that he didn't have to break. You know? And that's the thing. Rules is rules. If your company that you go and work for tell you that you can't fuck with an employee, I mean, I'm not weighing my bread up over that. It's a lot of other women in this world, you know? So he risked it. I understand he deserved his consequence, but come on. If I'm going to give y'all anything out of this solution-based content, never let the man downstairs fuck up with your bread. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to leave it at the end of the day. And, you know, thank y'all for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. You know, God bless, peace, love, and blessings. But yeah, it's gonna be more to this, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up tapping into it. If not Friday, some other day when more of this come out, we're gonna definitely dive in because I know Stacks is gonna do some research. I can see.
Right. Because I'm feeling like I ain't gonna say I feel, but I'm thinking the way this is going, right? How this is being spent to us with all these different narratives that could possibly come up out of it. This lets me know that there's something going on that this dude MA is connected with, right? He found something out that he wasn't supposed to find out, and they're trying to assassinate his character before he says something about what he knows. Because as we heard Perk say, "Oh, he got the inside scoop." So you know what I'm saying. We don't know what it could be. We can only speculate right now. But like I said, clearly with this. Is more to it, right? My man Blade Monger say Ephesians 6:12 does not inform us to wrestle against other races, also known as ethnicities. It informs us that we are wrestling against ideologies, principalities, and similar self-destructive mentalities. Exactly. And basically, it says we wrestling against demons. You hear me? And don't make no goddamn mistake about it. I ain't gonna say the same demons because it ain't the same. But when I talk about the demons that run the music industry, it's demons that runs the sports industry as well. And Adam Silver, ooh-wee. It'd be crazy how so many of y'all are avid basketball fans, but y'all don't know who Adam Silver is.
I know a little bit about.
I'm talking about who he really is.
I've heard of some shit. I can't connect no
he's
dots.
Connected.
Oh yeah, he's definitely connected. He's been around forever.
Right. He's connected. You hear me? So y'all, you know what I mean, man? Like my man L said, thank you all for coming out. We appreciate that. Smash that like button. Click on that motherfucking bell. You talking about subscribe to the page. Share on your social media. Share on your Facebooks, your Twitters, your TikToks, your all that, man. Share on all of that, man. Tell everybody to tap in and walk with me. What's up?
What happened to the listening session? I can't find it.
I don't know. They said something about it was deleted for something about Disney or something, man.
Yeah.
You said Lance Parker said Adam got them Dumbos.
Yeah, bro. Nah, hey, like you said, man, fuck it, man. Peace, love, and blessings, man. Thank y'all all for coming out tonight, man. Really, really seriously.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming out, man. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we going in. We're gonna be discussing, right? We're gonna be discussing this chick right here, TNF Unique.
What the hell is that?
She got a song out called what's it called?
I like Glorilla. I don't know why I like Glorilla. She be going.
Yeah, we're going in on TNF
like
Unique. Hold on, I'm about to bring her up real quick. She got a song called something about aborting her babies or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I heard of her. Nah, I like Glorilla. She just give me. I don't know why I need some of that ratchet vibe, but she just gives it to me like. She wild.
Well, her song is called BDF, Baby Daddy Free.
That's some crazy shit.
Right?
We on Friday?
Right here, man. We're gonna tap in and we're gonna dissect her video tomorrow. Y'all know I'm gonna break this damn thing down right here. She looked like without all that makeup, she'd be a halfway decent looking chick, man. I don't know why y'all really wearing that goofy. That shit looks stupid as hell. But yeah, this girl right here, though, man. You said, yeah, exactly, Lance Parker. Cynthia G on wax. Yes, Lance Parker. I could have said it better myself. This broad that sit up here and made a whole rap song talking about how she going to abort her baby and she baby daddy free. And oh my God, listen here, y'all. We're going to chop this damn thing up tomorrow like a bag of work. You hear me? We're going to break it down to 8 balls, quarters, and tenths. You know what I'm talking about, man? My man, Blister Guarantee in the building. What's goody, man?
Oh, you already know what's good, brother.
Right, so y'all make sure we're gonna definitely dissect this. Hold on. I wanted to bring this up real quick since somebody brought it up earlier. Because it's only right that we talk about this, man. Right? Before we get up out of here, right? You know what I'm talking about? We can't forget about Brett Favre. Right?
Oh, Brett Favre, yeah.
We can't forget about Brett Favre and what he got going on, right? Scandalous ass dude. Brett Favre, scandal explained. The ex-NFL QB is accused of misusing Mississippi State welfare funds. Favre's potential involvement is part of an investigation into the largest corruption case, not the largest corruption case in Mississippi State history.
Bro.
Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre is in hot water for his connection in the Mississippi welfare scandal involving the misappropriation of roughly $77 million. Favre, who has not been criminally charged, has denied knowing that the money he received for different projects was welfare money, but court filings and text messages have shed new light on the situation. The scandal is Mississippi's largest ever public corruption case. It involves money from the Temporary Assistance of Needy Families, TAMF program, a federal program that provides grant funds to states and territories to help families in need. According to the benefits.gov website, state administered programs may include child care assistance, job preparation, and work assistance. On September 22nd, Executive Director of Mississippi Department of Human Services, John Davis, pleaded guilty for 1 count of conspiracy and 1 count of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds. The Department of Justice said Davis worked with 4 unnamed co-conspirators. Davis will be sentenced on February 2nd, 2023. MDHS provided federal funds to 2 nonprofit organizations and then directed the 2 nonprofit organizations to fraudulently award contracts to various entities and individuals for social services that were never provided, read the release. Damn. The 2 nonprofits were the Mississippi Community Education Center and the Family Resource Center. As stated by a press release by State Auditor Shad White's office from October 2021, the 2 organizations ran a statewide program called Families First of Mississippi. In the summer of 2021, Favre began to ask the Mississippi Governor, Phil Bryant, for funding for a new volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi, his alma mater, and the same school at which his daughter played volleyball. Wow. Text messages from August 3rd, 2017 show Favre asking MCEC founder Nancy New about privacy regarding payments to him. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Damn, bro, you stupid motherfucker,
Man.
She reassured him that the information would not be made public. Of course, she lied because we're now reading this article. The next day, she told him that Bryant was on board with their plan. New and her son, Zach, pleaded guilty to 13 felony counts relating to the scandal earlier in 2022. According to an audit, Favre was paid $500,000 in December 2017 and $600,000 in June 2018 for appearances and speeches at multiple events that he did not attend. Favre said he filmed commercials for the nonprofit. Remember those commercials, right? For the nonprofit organization, and that's why he was giving the money. The auditor later revealed that Favre's contract stated that he needed to give speeches and a radio advertisement. Favre gave back the initial payments, but reportedly still owes $228,000 in interest. Of course, the money was returned because I would never knowingly take funds meant to help our neighbors in need. But for Shad White to continue to push out this lie that the money was for no-show events is something I cannot stay silent about. He tweeted on October 29, 2021. Of course you did. Hey, listen. Right, let me see. Is that the rest of the article? All right, hold on. Let's read the rest of the article. Favre gave back the okay. Right there. Favre missed the original deadline to pay the interest, which led to the case being turned over to the state attorney general office. The $5 million volleyball stadium was not the only project Favre was interested in. In June 2019, Favre also appeared to want money, a new football field facility at Southern Miss to help recruit quarterback Shooter Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, by luring him with an indoor football facility. As I suspected, Deion's son asked where the indoor facility was, and I said, we don't have one, but we are hoping to break ground in less than 2 years. Favre texted Bryant per ESPN. Stupid, man. Now, that will not happen without your help commitment. I know we have the V-ball to complete first, and I'm asking a lot with that, and I believe 100% that if you can get this done, Nancy will reach and help many in the recruiting war. A new indoor practice facility will give University of Southern Miss football program instant credibility, and USM football will become relevant again. ESPN reported that Billy Quinn, a lawyer representing Bryant, said a court filing shows that Favre continued to press for state funds, first from DHS and later in legislative appropriation. He was going in. That boy wasn't taking no for an answer. You hear me, man? On July 28th, 2019, Bryant texted Favre that the use of the funds is tightly controlled and that any improper use could result in violation of federal law. Auditors are currently reviewing the use of these funds. Just over a month later, on September 4, 2009. Oh, hold on, I already read that. Right.
No, you went down.
Yeah, no problem. We are not taking. All right. Just over a month later, on September 4, 2019, text messages so far putting more pressure on Bryant. We are not taking no for an answer. Damn, he ain't playing, man. You gonna give me that welfare money for this shit, man? You are a Southern Miss the good old boys club. You are the Southern Miss alumni, and folks need to know you are a supporter of the university, Favre.
Putting
I wonder
pressure.
what fraternity Brett Favre pledged when he was in college. We're going to get there. This was a great meeting, but we have to follow the law. I am too old for federal prison, Brian replied, adding so that lets you know right there that he's definitely going to tell, right?
Right.
2022, Mississippi Today
What do you call him? Hey, hold on. What do you call him?
Bryant on the predicate.
Bastards.
Hold on, stop, hold on. In April 22nd, Mississippi Today reported that Brett Favre briefed Bryant on Previkis, a pharmaceutical company in which Favre was a top investor in. In report, the company received $2.15 million from the scheme. Some of the text messages obtained by Mississippi Today show that Previkis founder Jake Van Lendenham and Favre offered Bryant shares of the company. White ended up naming Bryant as the whistleblower that led to the high-profile arrest in the welfare scandal. The Mississippi Department of Human Services filed a lawsuit in May 2022 against Favre, 3 former pro wrestlers, and multiple other people and businesses in an attempt to recover millions in welfare dollars. According to the lawsuit, Ted DiBiase Sr., not the $1 million man,
yes, sir,
ran Heart of David Ministry. He's a preacher now. He runs a church called the Heart of David Ministries Inc. and received $1.7 million in welfare grant money in 2017 and 2018 for mentorship, marketing, and other services. One of his sons, Brett DiBiase, pleaded guilty to his role in the scandal in December of 2020. Recently, 2 of Favre's weekly shows on ESPN Milwaukee and Sirius XM were suspended due to his involvement. Brett Favre, you stupid, man. You thought you gonna get away with that shit, man. Right? Oh, yeah, they was buffering that shit, huh? You hear me? Man, Brett Favre, you thought you was gonna get away with that shit, man. Brett Favre, man. You thought you was gonna get away with this, man. Now, listen here. Just like Ime Udoka and just like Boosie, Brett Favre ain't exempt because he white. That don't mean nothing. He either did something he wasn't supposed to do, or he did do something. He didn't do something he wasn't supposed to do. So my phone said he did something he wasn't supposed to do, or he didn't do something he was supposed to do. Because everybody involved was eating on this shit, and he was the fall guy, so he taking the blame. So this is what I'm saying, basically, y'all. In these situations, qui bono? Who benefits? Who benefits from what's happening to Brett Favre?
Because he never technically told him to break the law. He just said make it happen.
But are we to believe that Brett Favre is not aware of misusing appropriated funds? Are we going to sit up here and act like he found out the information that this money was being used from the welfare? Do you think? I mean, because you got to think other stuff has already been built by now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he knew that money was coming from some goddamn where.
Oh, he definitely did.
So Brett Favre deserved whatever the hell he got coming to him too. We don't give a damn about his legacy. We don't give a damn about his legacy or any of that shit. He broke the law. He need to get slapped in the face with the hammer of the law, man.
But that's why people mad, because his story is not front page news.
I don't understand why it's not. He got goddamn near $80 million in misappropriated funds of the state through welfare for poor people who need that money.
In the poorest state in America. Also, let's put that on there. Mississippi is the poorest state in America. Let's make sure we make that clear. Not only is he stealing from poor people, he's stealing from the poorest of the poor. But we ain't going, that's a whole different podcast we could do, honestly, because that's a whole different subject. He is stealing from the poorest of the poor. But that's going to get swept under the rug, and we ain't going to hear nothing about it. Them cats going to take all the blame. Brett Favre, he ain't about to do nothing off of that. I can't see him going down off of that. They love Brett Favre. And I rock with Brett Favre. I ain't gonna lie, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. But this shit is like, wow, he always been an asshole. But this shit, like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, man, this shit crazy.
It's pretty dangerous right here, man.
Yeah, he was playing around with fire on this.
Not talking about in Mississippi, man. 19.6% of their population is in poverty, man.
Yeah, it's the poorest state, bro. The poorest state in America. Like, that's what really attracted me to the story. Like, because I already knew, like, Mississippi was, like, one of the worst states. But then I'm like, damn, like, this man stole from the poorest of the poor. And he really did it to fund. They ain't even talk about how he was trying to fund the new facility for his daughter's volleyball team. They left that out.
They mentioned it.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. They kind of skimmed over it, but yeah, that was really a big part of it. You know what I mean? He really wanted that facility for his daughter and them, but it's fucked up. I know
he's crazy, man. Absolutely outstanding, man.
I know Lance ain't fucking with him being the Bears fan. I liked it. I used to like Sterling Sharp. That was one of my favorite receivers of all time. I used to play. I agree with that. But Lance Parker, wild. Man. He get what come to him. He ain't exempt. Like I said, man, you wrong. Like, I just ain't trying to have no flip-flop justice out here, man.
Lance Parker, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. He's in on this, man. Right?
Yes, he is.
Now pay attention to this, y'all, right? Pay attention to this.
He said he went to Jackson State. Hey, that's where our girl Brittany Renner was out there recruiting y'all niggas.
That's what's up, Lance Parker. Now, but pay attention to this real quick, though, y'all.
I went to Central State.
Pay attention to this real quick, y'all. Right? The state of Mississippi has a population of about 3 million people in total in the entire state. Right? 19.6% of that. Right? 19.6 of that is in poverty. That's 588,000 people who live below the poverty line. Right? That is a lot of people. That's 1/3 of the state, damn near. Damn near. 1/3 of the state of Mississippi is living in utter squalor. Right? That's sad. When I tell you they're putting us in the poorhouse, we are being asset stripped. All of us. This is all part of what I'll be talking about when I talk about UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability. They're using every aspect of our reality to destroy our reality in order to prepare us for this. So y'all know tomorrow night we tapping in, walk with us. We're going to be talking about this TNFW Unique broad with her song is so controversial. I want y'all to go watch that stuff. We're going to watch the video tomorrow and all of that. We're going in. We're going to dissect it. We're going to break it down. And it's going to be a beautiful situation, man. Shout out to my brother King Els for being in the building tonight. Shout out to all my brethren and sisters out there in the comment section. All y'all out there in the clouds, just, saying up there in the clouds watching and stuff. Talking about, man, one of these days, man, y'all need to go ahead and use your hamburger helper hand and smash that goddamn like button, man. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody coming out. We really do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy y'all evening. We're going to leave y'all with this selection right here, man. You know what I'm talking
about? Peace, love, and blessings.
Man, we're going to leave y'all with this selection right here, man. Because, Crazy, man. This is crazy, man. For real, man. Crazy as hell, man. We're gonna leave y'all with this selection right here. It's gonna call the Black Friday intro off of the Black Friday album. My brother Glitz the Guarantee and my brother Nauseous the Sick. E&E presents Black Friday, the album. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to drop the link in the chat room. You know what I'm talking about? This is the album featuring the title track to the show. Let's go. Right? Y'all can go download this album. Listen to you for your listening pleasure, man. We appreciate y'all coming out tonight. You know what I'm talking about? You could be anywhere in the world, but you right here with us, and we appreciate that, man. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all be easy, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the page. Click on the bell and all that. Share on your social media, social Instagram. Let's go. We ain't listening to that song, but we listen to that album. What you know about that? Let's go.
Yeah. Glitz the Guarantee. Glitz the Guarantee. E&E. 2020 got me seeing so clear. Yes, sir. Put your boy shit. Yeah. Northern glitch. These niggas know what time it is, man. They know what time it is, man. We came here to talk our shit on this one. Hey, we gonna talk our shit on this one. We gave niggas a warning on the last joint. We did. Had to let niggas know we was here for sure. Yeah, we here now. Shout out all my E&E niggas. Stacks with the facts. Yes, sir. Rain Money. Yes, sir. King Eros. Yes, sir. John Boy. Yes, sir. Nigga North is the Sick. What up, Sick? I'm Glitz the Guarantee. And I'ma talk my shit, man. We gonna talk our shit on this one. Sick. Holla at it.
Mr. Money Goggles. Yeah. I'm swimming in paper. Yeah. Trying to own my own island with water my neighbor. Anybody this sick will meet the creator. Let Shorty grab the stick. That's manual labor. Yeah. She can get it later or in the elevator. She be working for a bill like a legislator. Blowing trees in the wind is all in my nature. Pray say the suits loud with colorful flavors. Dutch Master Palmer get, I like how it tastes. Since you blowing diesel with the gas accelerate. What's the deal? I got heart and diamonds to clutch. Seen him in the club with his ace. Then the Joker showed up. We the hottest in the game. You gotta scroll up. Kamikaze, Hiroshima. We bound to blow up. Hard check, cut them deep like they broke up. Straight killing them, man. Watch the casket close up.
Put your boys E&E. Shit is plain and clear. 2020 vision, niggas thought the end was near, never that. Niggas will cut you off for that paper stack. Meanwhile, we counting this dough, watching this paper stack. Got what you need, go ahead and send them our way. Being real is something that's in you, that's what my dog say. Things coming in and out, shit like a driveway. Deal of your life, my nigga, this Black Friday, nigga. On deck, the back, got on my cleanup shoes. Hit the plate and swing for the fences, cause that's what hitters do. Sicker than most of you niggas, I'm spitting out the flu. Let you niggas tell it, I probably done had corona too. I've been lit, plus niggas know what the fuck I do. I'm CO till I die. My diamonds is Carolina blue. Come through and leave shit cold, nigga, I'm winner too. Hold my trophy up to the sky, cause that's what winners do. Blowing this gas to the heavens for fallen soldiers. You can never be on my level. Niggas be stuck on level 2. I'll be leveling up. All this money be pouring through. Making sure my shit is on level ground like a level do. Size the game up. Told niggas our time was due. Now we burning everything down like Watson 92. I've been hot since Capitol Park in 92. Put your boys blazing this shit. Nigga, this what we do. Put your boys E&E, shit is plain and clear. 2020 vision, niggas thought the end was near. Never that. Niggas will cut you off for that paper stack. Meanwhile, we counting this dough, watching this paper stack. Got what you need, go ahead and send them our way. Being real is something that's in you, that's what my dog say. Things coming in and out, shit like a driveway. Deal of your life, my nigga, this Black Friday.
Shots is fired.